Juby.
Yes, I hear you. Okay. And we got a minute to spare.
Okay.
Just a minute late. All right. You ready there, Juby?
Okay. For all the pilots who joined this podcast, it is time to go get your Juby juice and your Juby smokes and listen to what we have to say.
Shall we give a short
enjoy.
intermission? So it hasn't even started yet. We're doing intermissions. Please grab your popcorn and concessions, snacks, and booze.
Yeah, this is like before the fleet is moving, you know.
If you got to smoke, light them up.
Have you been in many fleets?
More than I can count.
Actually, every day you're in fleet.
I'm in fleet right now.
I see you.
FC, can we blue on blue Juby? You have to find him first.
Yes.
I know where he's at.
Confirm.
I know where he lives.
Then
I
you're
know,
waiting
I know where he makes his bed.
for a long time.
All right.
I try to be a good member, you know, not poop in the same place where I eat, you know.
Let me share
Have
my
respect.
camera here. Screen. Share my video. That's what I want. There we go. All right, Juby. We're gonna start this.
Oh shit. Let me grab my trusty notes. Just in case. I did read some of that Q&A stuff,
Alright.
but not all of it. I didn't have the time, but good shit.
Yeah,
I like
there's
it.
100
most of it.
freaking questions that they answered.
Yeah, I was like, this is page 1, what I got through, and there's 2 more pages. I was like, okay, I don't have time.
Yeah. All right, Juby. We're gonna start. All right. Get this thing going.
Okay.
The Echoes of New Eden podcast starts now. Enjoy the show.
From the content creators that bring you the lowest effort content imaginable. You know, the ones that brought you info the devs don't want you to know about. The podcast you probably don't want your girlfriend to know about.
Who?
And will most likely get you banned just for talking about it. Raw, uncut, and uncensored.
We want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Maybe try some mining or something. Remember not to undock anything you can't afford to lose.
Welcome to the Echoes of New Eden podcast. Let's start this bitch.
And welcome, everybody. Welcome to Echoes of New Eden podcast, your one and only Eve Echoes related news and talk podcast, at least as of right now. But yeah, glad to be back for another week. And today we have the one, the only, the mystic, the tree waterer, Jubileus with us. So what's going on, Juby?
It's good to be back, you know. Life has been a bit crazy for me, and I'm slowly coming back to Eve Echoes after a 6-month break, and I can tell a bit of that later when we start talking. And yeah, let's try to have a good show and enjoy Eve Echoes and, you know, make it feel alive.
That's right. Yes. And if I don't have to introduce myself, I'm Rambo. I go by Rambo. And so I know a lot of people know that, but I've noticed that was a flaw in my intro so far this year is like, I introduce everybody else but myself. It's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah, you put like in the end, and I'm Rambo.
So I know the word of the day last week was regardless. I said that quite a bit. We had a lengthy episode last week of just talking about the SHH being disbanded, and then the hot topic that happened this last week in the past couple days was about the theft that took place that led to Shizuka like stepping down or going away, whatever. But regardless, it was a theft, and then that basically sealed the deal there, put the nail in the coffin, as you could say. But so I got some info about that's coming up. We're going to talk about just a little bit of the patch notes. There wasn't too much from this last patch to actually talk about, but I didn't even read them. I just know that they're short. So if there's anything of interest in there, we'll talk about it. But more so, what is going to be the lengthiest part of the show for sure is going to be the dev Q&A. And so I created this small little website that I use to keep my points across. And it also looks pretty decent for the stream as well. So I'll refer back to the site that I did, as you've probably seen on the last episode. And speaking of last episode, I'd actually had inquiries about people wanting to visit that website that I was showing on the stream. And it is not an actual website simply because I'm too cheap. First of all, I'm too cheap to pay for the domain to be able to put that website live. Like, I don't make any money from this podcast. I lose money. I don't want to lose more money having to pay for an annual subscription to a domain to get 7 visitors a month or a week or whatever. So it's not worth it to me to actually publish it.
You do enough.
So to keep it as low effort as we do, I just can't make that an official domain. So that is strictly for me to read basically the screen, to keep my topics straight, all that type of stuff, because we could squirrel and talk about 100 different topics and then realize, oh shit, we were talking about dev Q&A or something. Like, we can quickly sidetrack and do it very easily, whether it's comments or something comes up in the chat, but so we got that to talk about. And I didn't mention it too, but no Raven today. He had to go into work. So it is what it is. We shall do this. All right. So the first thing I'm going to go back over to my website here. Let me clear my throat. All right. The first thing on our topic this week, and Juby, do you want to talk about your break real quick? Because I have a feeling that the SHH drama and theft thing is going to take a few minutes. And so I want to give you a chance to talk about what has happened in the last few weeks or months.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. Yeah, so the story of Yubi coming back to Eve Echoes after a break, and how do you say, when I came back, like suddenly was like the Silent Federation was disbanding, and I was like, oh man, it's like the 5th time I've been in an alliance that disband, and it's chaos and everything after that. But this time it went very well, and I didn't have to do almost anything, just start playing and like getting a lot of help, like from my corp and everyone supporting and telling like good words. And I made a song, The Driver Is Gone, and got a good comments, and like feeling good again, trying to go forward without the driver in my life. So that's yeah. But yes, I wanted to thank everyone for the words and the support what I got, and those things are rare. And having a corp in a game doing these things, it's a weird. Not every game has these things. And yeah, I will try to play again I'm taking baby steps, and I want to film big fight PvP videos like I used to, and I make all the music for the videos also, and describe real emotions in the songs. And yes, I'm trying hard to come back.
So basically, since you've been back, then you realized, what had happened to the Alliance and all that stuff. And do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, actually, it's like I don't like at my time, like when I took the break, it was just after Taylor left, and then I was gone, and then I come back, and no more Alliance. Like it was like a few days before the announcement. Then I was like, okay, what's next? And then I got news that no stress, things are going okay, and we joined this new alliance. It's called Starfall, and yeah, let's see. I'm trying to write a new song called Starfall Rising. So let's see how it's gonna end up when it's ready, and let's do some videos later.
You're gonna officially make a Starfall Alliance theme song? And here I thought I was gonna do it.
Yeah, I just don't care. I just do things. I'm like, I don't care if anyone likes the song. I'm just gonna share it anyway.
And I'm
Like,
stuck on I don't
take
even
it.
know which synth I'm gonna use.
Yeah,
So
I also just today started to write a little bit of the lyrics and song, and trying to read and sing it in my mind if it works, and let's see how it's gonna end up. But yeah, it's come like a coming back and reborn again type of thing.
good deal, man. Well, we are glad to still have you here on the show and in this new year. I know this is the first episode that you've joined since we've started up season 7, but yeah, we're gonna keep on keeping on with the show and do this as much as we possibly can. And um, shoot, yeah, it's like I don't want to promise every week because it changes week to week, right? So, but like there's times where I go out of town or we make plans and it's kind of short notice in that way, and so it's like, well, shoot, what can you do? All right,
Yeah, and
comments
can
of
happen.
no
Yeah.
audio. I don't know what is going on there. If they hit deafen accidentally, but on my end, Juby, give me a mic check real quick.
Hello, hello.
Yep, it's
I
working
hear
on my
you.
end. Yeah, audio's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a skill issue in the chat. It's a skill issue. So,
Let's see how many can hear us. Put a thumbs up in on air chat.
can I get a yeet yeet?
Okay, we have one.
All
Yeah.
right, one person.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. So
One
let's
person.
talk about the big topic
Frederick.
that had
That's
happened.
most important.
So, Jibby, in case you didn't know, I talked about it on the last episode, all about the SHH being disbanded and all that type of stuff, and corporations leaving, et cetera, et cetera. So, what had happened this week is there's been some more talks on various discords about what has happened with the Alliance, and more so, info has come out about the theft that had happened, basically. So, here, I switched it to my screen here. More SHH drama. And this is what people live for, right? This is kind of this is like we've had this long drought of like lack of content, lack of drama, all this type of stuff. And then, TSC falls or whatever happens. And then now SHH, and it's like every week we got more info coming out and people are talking. So for this week, what we have for you is some more SHH drama. SHH hangers and wallet got cleaned out prior to Shizaku stepping down as SHH executor. Shizaku, formerly the SHH executor, robs the court wallet and hangers prior to departure. And then I have all the screenshots for that. And so estimated, so I'll show the screenshots here in a second, but the estimated value of all the numbers was 3.8 trillion in assets. And so that was stolen total assets. In addition to what I heard was 80 billion in liquid ISK. And then out of the assets, one take was potentially a super. So it raises the question to where all the Alliance supers went and are currently. But we'll get to that here in a second. I'll go to the screenshots here of what has been leaked as far as the hangar logs go. And so you could see the operator, what they did. So you have the name Shizaku taking all of these. And then, of course, they have valuations too. So here's another screenshot here. They took them from VFK, 3JN, 85 Tech. So basically, if there was a corporation hangar with stuff in it, it's gone. So here's a date stamp too from January 19th. And it's got all date stamps, all this stuff. It says who it was, who the character was. 3JN had stuff in it. OTAC 2, LT TAC, a lot of stuff. ZZD, 3QE. And so noticeably, there is a lot of stuff here that's been taken. And so eFICO, so corporation hangars that they had in there. And granted, I don't think this was big. This was not big, but SHH Holding Corp. These were the personal assets of the SHH Holding Corp. It was tagged SHHC. And so here you go again, another screenshot there. And so, so that's the total basically of all these numbers here was 3.8 trillion. And so let me find the one. There was one in here that was like 2.5 or so. That is speculated to be a super. Okay, so right here in this one, third hangar of eFICO, Shizaku take a 2.5 T valuation right there. So supposedly that's a super. So obviously in the screenshot it doesn't tell you what it was, but yeah, only 3.8 trillion, right? So that raises the question as to the Alliance supers, where those all went, who had them, kind of what happened, right? How many went missing? And so just word of mouth going around, I've heard that there was 7 missing supers after this whole downfall had come down to it. So I actually did a small breakdown of the known super pilots and the super that they had, basically, right? So here we have, Muffin, he had a Nyx that died. Kanzoi, he's got a Hell that got SRP'd. Joda had a Wyvern, so he had a Wyvern in his possession when he quit the game. Would you consider that stolen? I don't know. It was in his possession. No. Taylor has a Wyvern in his possession, and he quit the game. Rick Six has an Aeon, so now that the Alliance has disbanded, is he the new owner of that Aeon, or what? Is that now personal owned? I guess that's another question. Winch, who happens to be like AFK or taking a break right now, she has a Hell. Then an Aeon Hull was given to Meow as part of the Meow War to end that war and then their agreement. And then there's a Wyvern that is missing, and then another Wyvern that is missing. And then I did note too, this is old info. This is like 2-month-old info. So since then, there's been other allocated super pilots. I don't know if some of these had gotten traded around, brought back, what have you, SRP'd. But it's very possible that there's been some changes there. So I kind of wanted to put that note in there too, to not think that this is 100% factual, because it may not be. So the theft had sparked controversy and feud between some corps, asking the question whether they would get any of the assets back. Screenshots leaked stated that a member of Big, or the corp itself, is or was going to consider hiring X to attack She, which is the corp that Shizaku is in. And as of today, February 1st, 2026, Shizaku is still in She Corp, which is in Bot 5. So he's got other names like Shizaku, Shizuka, Shizaka, and possibly more in She. but he is still around and playing. So then I got some additional screenshots here too of on the Illuminati server, which I'm not a part of. I didn't really know anything about this server, of Shizuka talking. He says, how much, if SHH explodes, what do I do with this 3 to 4 trillion in assets? And so basically we have him admitting that he had done this. And here's another screenshot. Shizuka defeated SHH when no one else could. All hail me. Told y'all I'm a master spy. Sorry, Sarah. So again, admitting it. And then here he goes again on 121. He says, contracts up. I believe everything has been contracted to someone now. I'm excited to fast track 4 to 5 supers with all this stuff. Hayu said he was going to clean out the holding hangers. He was going to clean the holding hangers out, but I said I beat him to it. Then he called me a bitch. So there you go there. So thank you to the pilots who had supported, or not supported, but sent me these screenshots to be able to show you. So yeah, there he is, willingly admitting it, possibly on some public discords. I don't know where those are posted, but I knew the Gulag had a heyday trying to figure out where all the supers went, all that type of stuff, and just the chatter that has been happening over there. B-Town did it better. Okay, all right. So how many supers is still kind of unclear, because depending on who you talk to, there's 7 missing. According to Shizuka, there's 4 to 5. I don't know, possibly more, possibly less. But based off that one screenshot where he took the asset value of 2.5 T, possibly that was a super. But, ultimately, who knows? I don't really have much else on that. But again, that's crazy. I'm trying to remember in B-Town's theft, when he cleaned out the hangars, about how much that was at the time. And this definitely takes that. This was the most ever in a game so far, to our knowledge. And, when he stepped down, like, everybody knew he stepped down, or at least the CEOs did. And then that's why corporations started, talking about leaving and all this stuff. But behind the scenes, he was actually robbing everybody too at the same time. So again, corporation CEOs might be asking themselves, like, hey, this dude, are we going to get our stuff back? Should he give this stuff back? I don't know if people are talking to NetEase about this, if Cloud is involved or anybody is involved. I mean, these characters are not hard to look up to get ID numbers on. So I don't know if something along those lines, if big leadership is doing something, or if anybody else's leadership is doing something, but it is really easy for the devs to basically ban that account or contract lock it to be able to recover stuff or anything, based off the proof that we've been giving. He's admitted to the theft. We have logs showing that he did so, and NetEase ultimately disapproves that. So, just saying.
Let's see.
Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference in EVE Online and EVE Echoes.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen some Reddit posts about people getting scammed and all that type of stuff on EVE Online. And either they complained about it or used it as a learning experience. It is what it is. But over there, it may seem a bit more cutthroat, and maybe it is, but it's legal over there. And whereas NetEase here, they actually have a bunch of things to prevent scamming. Like you have to have a password now on your assets to be able to contract or accept or move things out of hangars and stuff. Or even to accept contracts, you have to put your password in for that stuff. So it's like, I know that they have some changes, and in the past they have frozen wallets and they have frozen assets and all that stuff to be able to return from people that have gotten scammed in contracts. And one big one was supposedly, I don't know, I don't remember if it was super involved or what, but it involved somebody that was in AOA, and the rumor was that it involved a quote dev. So because a dev was involved in the scam, then it was like a top priority to be able to put into some sort of system to prevent scamming or whatever, what have you, right? So again, NetEase is against scamming and thefts. EVE Online, it is legal. So make your judgment based off of that. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, it sucks. That's really all I got to say about that. It's like it sucks. It's part of the game. It's a damn shame that SHH leadership even allowed this to happen, but they inevitably did it to themselves anyway. So can I feel bad about them having been part of SHH? Honestly, I can't really feel bad. So Shizaku gave me everything. I'm going to buy my way into AOA. Don't screenshot me, bitches. Hey, look, he changed his name to my name. How fitting. Okay, so that is the latest.
Is now my name.
Yeah, I am your name now. Okay. So that's all I had to say about that. Actually, and let me go back up to there was a screenshot here of Cleo. Okay, yeah.
So now we are even like poor after all this. Like
it didn't matter. None of the assets, anything was in the corporation hands. That's where the problem is. Now, if it was in big, and the leadership there is like, okay, we can allocate all this stuff out to all the corps. The majority of the assets that had gotten stolen was minerals, random SRP ships, stuff to build supers, not supers really in general, but like all the parts and stuff that they were using to make the super. Oh, look, Matt Evil shared some more screenshots too in the chat here. Estimated price 3.4 T. And then I see some carrier debris, some capital ship parts like maintenance bays, power generators. So thanks Matt Evil for posting that. But so obviously a majority of the ISK, maybe if you even consider it majority, maybe it wasn't, maybe that super is the majority of the ISK at 2.5. So granted, still, he ended up getting a lot of capital components and parts and maybe some random shit in there too. So this was posted to the Kulog, confirming that there was no super in that. So Cleo had posted this, or maybe not Cleo, but she'd said this. There was a couple loot boxes, donuts, and Merc in that. Though all items have the dumb in-game values, not to rub salt into anybody or into already inflamed situation, but those withdrawals are on top of 75 billion liquid ISK Shizaku withdrew. But just so everyone is on the same page, I'm a Fed officer for a reason. Helping with paperwork is what I'm good at. I'm just not going to say anything about that. But continuing on, regardless, it's like the screenshots, it is what it is. Now what's going to happen? I don't know. But I figure if Matt Evil knows about this, then K Tucker probably knows about this. And probably Bot5 leadership knows about this. But if we really want to put our conspiracy hats on too, real quick, is Bot5 had something to do with this too. Dun dun dun. As in, they conspired.
At least you can't blame Yubi for this.
Maybe. And we kind of talked about it last week, and here's how I think that this is kind of believable. Is when Hayu separated the alliances when he became executor, he made SHH their own entity and Bot5 their own entity, whereas before under Taylor, even VVV was part of the Federation. Like, hey, all the CEOs are in the same Discord, all this stuff, and it's just the way that it was. And then it seemed like when Hayu got into position, he separated these alliances. So told VVV, hey, you're your own alliance, you do your own thing. Bot 5, you're your own alliance, you do your own thing. We're not SRPing your ships, you provide your own SRP, you provide your own FCs. You do everything basically as your own alliance. And then, of course, Bot 5 had like renter corporations and all that stuff. They're renting out space and like Pure Blind and all that. And so I don't know. It was a weird kind of logistical aspect of the game that Hayud changed a lot of things. Now, fast forward a little bit, and you'd say, well, look at they're in Bot 5 now. And could it been? Now, these are chats or conversations that I don't know that it happened, but again, this is tinfoil hat material. We're conspiring here, right? So if Shazuka was talked into stepping down, having had access to all the SHH holding assets and money, yeah, right? Then they were like, well, the alliance is basically dead anyway. We're going to go to Bot 5, and so why not just take everything anyway? And then they ended up joining Bot 5. So, regardless, the alliance was going to shut down anyway, just due to lack of leadership. People were infighting, all this other crap. So we know that. But was Shazuka talked into doing that? Or did he do this in, I don't know, not hatred, but that's kind of, for lack of a better term, in despise of SHH or whatever happened. Greed is a big one too. Personal greed. So, and greed in this game is very, I don't know, people leverage it in certain ways, and it shows, especially when it comes to like corporation leadership, alliance leadership, all that type of stuff, and the personal and the greed that those pilots hold when holding those positions is very apparent, especially in some cases. Others aren't so much like forward about it, right? Some people are like, oh, well, I like being in power because of this reason or that. Others don't say anything at all, but yet they still end up in these positions of power. So regardless, greed could have very well have been, one of the reasons why he decided to steal all this stuff. But either way, it's dead. It's kaput. And so what's going to happen with all that stuff? Who knows? JD, it was in fact the last hope. As crazy as he knows about this, I know he knows about it, and still hasn't come back. So I don't think he really cares, which is kind of crazy. Maybe it's not crazy, but E-Frontier is, I guess, a better game. So I'm glad the leadership team is playing that game instead of Vivecos. So good deal. Good deal. All right. So we have the patch notes. That's all I had on that. Is there any questions or other comments or anything too? I'm scrolling up on the chat here. Any other comments? I was trying to keep up with chat too while rambling on, but got some people typing. After Yoda left, the big downfall started like a domino effect. That's agreeable. Yeah, and I know that. I've acknowledged that.
It could be also when Juby joined Silent, then the downfall started.
Yeah. Or Tulu, when The Last of Us joined. That's basically that. What are the conspiracies against Bot 5? I don't know, Rick. Yeah, you should tell us. You should bake something up for me and DM me. We'll talk about it in the next episode. Not you gonna ban all of them if they get reported? Honestly, I don't know. There's got to be someone that had to have reported it, at least by now. Like, I don't see how he's necessarily going to get away with it. Contracts have paper trails, and so if NetEase really cares, then they'll hunt all this stuff down. So I don't even think it matters how many contracts are made. If you contract it to 20 different characters, they could follow that contract trail. So I don't know. Usually 20B fine at
See.
first. Yeah, every item is trackable. But they may not take them back, but a ban may be imminent. It's possible. Yeah, for sure. All right. We can come back
That's
to
wild.
that later.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know about this fiasco also at the end. But yeah, don't know
Crazy
what to
stuff, though.
say. You know,
Well,
yeah, like
you
the
have
shop
to
is
ask.
closing, and then you snatch and run and grab anything you can, and you know,
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
you have to ask the hard questions, right? And you have to do it like in the public eye, because if you don't, then none of this stuff ever gets talked to. It's like, hey, where did these missing supers go? Wait, there's missing supers? Oh, look, let's look at the logs. Oh, well, look at that. There is actually missing supers. Oh, wait, what's
Oh
going
no.
on? Who has them? It's like, what happened to those? It's just like, do they belong to the corpse? Did they belong to the persons now that the alliance is disbanded? And first of all, I never even agreed to their dumb super program that they had in the beginning anyway, where they wanted an FC, of every corp basically to put up a name of a pilot in the case of if the alliance was going to give them a super, that was the pilot. And they had to be vouched for by the CEO. And they had to be skilled into it with screenshots provided, all that bullshit, right? Well, if you look at the names, you could see some of the positions of power in which those names were. And it's not surprising.
Yeah.
It is not surprising to me that they are no
The
longer
rules
with us in the
benefit,
alliance.
yeah.
They're either missing or stolen, right? And then it's like only 2 of them actually got replaced for legit reasons. And it's like, dude, you're gonna give someone from a corp based off of trust. I get that. You're gonna give someone a super to hang on to, and then you don't have any operations or anything, so it's just sitting in there hanging, or they're doing DR4 in it, or they're ratting in it, or who knows what they're doing with it. Or they just straight up quit and you never get it back anyway. and then here you go. The alliance disbands. They're like, oh, well, they come back. Oh, do I own a super now? I got it for free? Is that how things go? Is that how people get supers? They get it for free? They scam them or steal them? Man, I'm in the wrong business. Jeez.
Yep. Like that's I always wondered, like in my old alliances also, that who are these chosen people who always get these supers, and like everyone grinding for them, and like also all that stuff. But like and at this corp what I'm now in, I don't feel like that. I feel like everyone has grinded everything themselves, and nothing was for free. And like if you ask help, then we help, and that's how our village works, And yeah, but it's always like this in almost every alliance, that uh, for some reason, like the guys who make the rules, they also choose the guys who get the supers and all the best stuff, kinda. And it's a game that we regular pilots don't see. And yes, that's true.
Yeah. So anyway, if there's any alliances or corporations out there, then they might want to double think what they're doing. Like, are we going to have a super SRP program, and how should we do it? Should we have alliance owned supers? What? Alliance owned supers? Yeah, meaning it's not yours. So it can go to any pilot at any time, basically. That's trusted, of course. But then
Like
they're
a village
trusted up until
bicycle.
they get stole. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't let everybody borrow my car. Is that the case? Is that what we're doing now?
Like,
I'm just gonna let my
I took
neighbor
this
borrow my car?
from or the last pilot brings it back, that it's like a burnt matchstick. like the hull damage and lost all the fighters and everything. Like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
yeah, fucking just return it and don't pay anything and not replace it. Fuck it, shit.
Good stuff.
Rental car.
Yeah. Yeah, it's to be expected. Like, you rent a car, you're expected to take it back, right? You don't send it into a demolition derby. You get charged for it.
You
Like,
bring it
what?
back.
You don't take it out on a
After
rally track.
half an hour.
You don't slap a
Yeah,
number
half an
on
hour
it.
test drive.
Yeah, so anyway. Alliance owned supers is a bad idea, in case you were wondering. So here we go.
Yeah.
Again, I never
Fucking
agreed to
find
it in the
it
beginning.
yourself.
I absolutely hated their program anyway, regardless. But I'm just gonna put that
Yeah,
on
I
record.
always ask the super pilots, like, what the hell do you even do with that ship? Like, can you rat with it? And like Dreadnought is a good ship. It's not so
Well,
big and
I know
moves quickly.
Joda was doing like CNDS and stuff in it, and
Oh boy, I remember when Joda was hunting us with the super. Like it was like before I came to Silent. Like we had the war, was fighting against
yeah,
Silent. Fucking
but
Joda always following us with the super. God
yeah,
damn. Moved
and
like a cruiser.
I do know of some of the super fleets that were going around and they're running CNDS and all that type of stuff, and in Alliance supers, quote, for the Alliance. So I don't know if that was actually true or if that was for personal gain or whatever. But that was very much a thing. But what do I know? All right. Shall we?
Yeah. Like,
Anything else while we're on the topic? Because we have a lot of stuff to get to. We have a lot of
I'm
stuff.
just
Yeah.
mine. I'm like don't have words to describe. I said everything I can. Let's go.
All
Move
right.
forward.
Yeah. Let's talk about these patch notes here real quick too. So obviously they had their downtime event this last Wednesday. No disruptions. Sweet. They did some optimizations of the Snow Shard series Nanocore. It now supports the exchange feature. A reload home screen button has been added to the bottom of the basic settings section. And so I find this change to be interesting. Typically, when people had UI, and for whatever reason, I don't know if this is a device error or if it's a game error, people using emulator. Emulators suck. I don't care which emulator you use, they all suck in comparison to like an iPad or a Samsung phone or something like that. Regardless, you're going to have some sort of UI bugs, glitches, black screens, your Alliance chat goes missing randomly, etc., right? So either you have to do a relog, or a lot of times if you're having UI issues, you would bring up like your planetary screen or your corporation screen, and it will basically refresh the UI.
Refresh.
Yeah, the planetary one was
That's
known
not
for a
used
long
in
time.
PvP.
Yeah, so it's like, well, if you're glitching or whatever, pull up your planetary, it'll load that screen, and then you exit out, and then you should be fine. Now, if star charts used to do that, and it would crash your device. If you had UI issues, and then you pulled up star charts, it will crash your game. Like
Yeah,
it
for
did
me,
it on
Star
iPads.
Charts always
Yeah,
do that.
notorious iPad issue there. And then you could also do this with like the corporation. You pull up the corporation menu and it's like, oh, hey, you own Sav and so system. Then you exit out of that, and then your UI generally is fixed, though I that's the less popular one. But now we get a button.
Now I look at the star map and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't understand anymore. Like,
Yeah.
how the hell? I did try it a bit, but I was like, ah, shit. I'll just try to remember all the places,
Yeah.
Just bookmarks.
LD Player, been using LD Player, never had any issue. I use LD Player as well, but I also have 12 of them open. And so just naturally that causes problems because it's strenuous on the PC. Yeah, I have 555 gigabytes of Eve Echo's fucking data on my damn computer. running all these emulators. But again, BlueStacks has its problems because I have crashing issues on BlueStacks. LD Player, I do get crashing issues on that, and latency and weird. Like I've never on an emulator, I've never seen my Citadel, which is I think absolutely funny. It doesn't even render it in. That you just get the little square. So yeah, I know there are issues with basically every emulator, and now I would consider them that they suck. Yes, okay, they are pretty good, but in comparison to like an iPad Pro, yeah, dude, emulators suck. There's nothing better on this game than an iPad Pro.
Yeah, I only play on iPhones or iPad. So yeah,
And I get it,
play.
tablets and
Yeah.
so there's some people that are doing like dual boxing on tablets and they have no issues whatsoever. Hey, that's cool. I wish iPad could do
on
that.
one tablet.
Yeah, one tablet.
Oh, yeah, I use my old phones, so I have like 2 phones and 1 iPad, like same time usually.
Yeah,
Like,
true that.
it's,
Panda Pirate says
that doesn't look like normal gaming, having bunch of phones and
yeah. Panda Pirate says, yeah, but my PC costs less than 8 iPads. That is very true.
yes,
Though
that's true. That's
what I did, and I've said this in the past, is I actually have here, I won't show, I have this named, but I have Amazon Fire tablets.
Hmm.
I have, you know how
Looks
many
like
Amazon
cutting
Fire
board.
tablets that we have? And this runs the game perfectly fine. Granted, you have to have it on low graphics, but between my wife and I, we have a dumb amount of Amazon Fire tablets, and you get these things for cheap. It's absolutely
That might be
ridiculous
one.
how many. And then on top of that, here's another one too. This one runs an alt, but and then this one is a Samsung tablet. So we
But don't
have
always need iPad for that shit.
no, especially if you're running an alt that doesn't really do anything of. Yeah, I wouldn't PvP with these tablets. Okay, these are
You have
miners.
like a
These are
backup, though.
low effort. These are low effort alt tablets. Basically, if I need to do something and do it right, I'm doing it on my good tablet, which I happen to have open right now. See. So
Oh yeah, like
you didn't see the ship.
when I do when I do PvP, I only use the iPad and low graphics.
Exactly.
And yeah, like I do shoot, try to film like before the fight, like I put ultra graphics and film the fleet, and it can be like very laggy and weird when you have like 400 ships with all the nanocores and everything on ultra. But yeah, old iPad 2020, so it's a 6 years old iPad. Probably next fleet flight it will just blow up the whole iPad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
let's hope this game will run on these devices for longer.
all right.
Or maybe someone in the audience can donate Yubi new iPad Pro with
So-
good storage capacity.
There you go. If you're having UI issues, you have a button now to click on your home screen, as if you didn't know how to refresh your UI anyway. So frequent use is not recommended. If you encounter bugs that hinder operations, please report them or upload your logs and the technical team will address them as soon as possible. So there you go. All right. And then a couple bug fixes. They fixed an issue where the capsuleer's names could be visible while cloaked. Fixed an issue where contracts could not retrieve items with a specified ID. And they fixed an issue where the encounter's interface might fail to open. So there you go. That is the patch notes. I'm done with that. So I close that window. I close all these little screenshots and all that stuff because now come back to the website here. We have the dev Q&A. And I want to see how long we've been going here. So 49 minutes. Okay. So this is quite lengthy. If anybody had actually been on the Eve Echoes Discord during these times, I actually missed the first one and I was able to catch the second one and kind of watch that one and submit some questions in real time. Now I couldn't do it on this Discord because, yeah, it's banned. So anyway, I asked some questions. They didn't get answered anyway, so I'm like, why do I even ask questions? But
Your questions are too hard. You need to
I
have
don't even think I don't even remember my questions. I don't even remember.
Like yes or no question.
I didn't make them super like obvious that they were me. Like, why don't you unban Rambo? You know, type of shit. You know, I didn't make them super obvious. But they were honest questions. I will say they were honest. I have here gathered.
The first page.
I had gathered every question and every answer from both the AMA sessions, and so this is going to be
question. Wow.
This is going to be long-winded. I'll put that disclaimer out right now. We might even have to do an intermission in between then. I don't know if I'm going to be giving away a ship or what, but this is ridiculous. It took me like 3 hours to gather all this stuff, and I'm not that good.
Oh my god!
And this is supposed to be low effort.
You're good.
So,
yeah.
Juby,
how much can low effort go? You know,
for real. I mean, I can't go any more low.
Hello.
So,
shit.
All right. We'll start these Q&A sessions, and you know, there is some good info in here, so that's why I do want to talk about it. And depending on whatever the topic is, too, I might have something to add or whatever. But and if time allows,
let's talk about the interesting ones.
I want to talk a half hour about a single Q&A, right, or a question or answer, when we have like literally 200 freaking things to go to over right now. So,
but hey, it's a YouTube watch time is what's
those of you watching on YouTube, thank you. Those of you watching on YouTube, also subscribe. It benefits me zero. It does not benefit me whatsoever. It's only strictly beneficial to you as a subscriber.
When you get 1,000 subscribers, then you get started.
I might be able to afford my domain for this website that's low effort. Is that what you're trying?
You get like 1 penny for million views.
It's not worth it to me. That's not worth it.
Yeah, it's more about the ego, you know. The more views, the more you feel good.
I don't even look. There's sometimes where I'll go a week and I don't even look at the YouTube, and then there's like people that comment or they ask questions or what have you on the YouTube version, and I don't get to it right away because it just, I don't live on YouTube at all. So
yeah, try to have 1 day per week for like answering all the comments.
Well, typically it's Mondays. Mondays. I'll for whatever reason, I'll open up YouTube or I'll open up my browser and I'll see the notifications, and then I'll see or reply to questions, all that type of stuff. But the best way to get a hold of me is here on Discord. Not YouTube DM, it's not email, it's not Reddit, because I barely ever
find and shoot you.
Or you come to my system and be like, where the fuck is Rambo? Somebody got to know something.
For you.
Somebody has to know something. This is bullshit. Where is this guy? Yeah, I'm easily. I could be found. I'm not that hard to find.
Yeah, like best way to talk to Rambo, come to his system and scream things in the local chat, like everything you want to say. That's fine. Rambo will be happy.
Grab your drinks, grab your popcorn. We'll talk about these dev Q&A questions, and starting with,
all right.
And you know, I was kind of debating this too, was why did I decided to add the person who asked the question and then also the person who answered the question, because if it's dumb, I want them to be accountable for it. So there you go. That's the reason why I
do
did
recognize some names. I was like, that's a good question. Very nice. Like,
all right,
smart man.
Zurin asks, the recruitment event over the summer could have been improved to introduce more players to the game, better rewards, longer recruitment period, etc., especially since last year's AMA said that there was no money towards marketing. What are NetEase's plans to introduce more players into the game? Lansdot answered, this is a top priority for us. While we operate within certain marketing constraints, we believe the best way to grow the community is by refining the core experience. our plan focuses on these key pillars. Accelerating early game progression. We're looking at ways to help new pilots reach competitive capability faster, reducing the time they feel behind the curve. And ecosystem integration. It's vital that players find their place in the existing EVE ecosystem quickly. We want to streamline the path from the initial tutorial to meaningful participation in corp activities and the wider economy. They want to lower the barrier to entry. We're exploring, potentially, simplified gameplay loops for the early stages to ensure players aren't overwhelmed by complexity before they've fallen in love with this world. Either that or help chat. They really need to get rid of help chat.
Oh boy, fuck!
And
Don't ask help chat.
yeah, help chat makes people quit, not complexity of the world. Empowering word of mouth. We want to give our veteran pilots more reasons to better tools to recommend the game to their friends. You are our best ambassadors. You know, I would agree that to the extent up until they started banning their own freaking content creators. It's like when they don't have content creators that are doing anything or marketing the game for them, then it's like, how are you supposed to get new blood into the game?
Yeah, I'm a official content creator, and I haven't got any tools to work with basically. So that's why I did PvP videos, and it's hard to keep up like with all these changes. Like you get this new anomaly, and then next patch it's different. And if I film like how to run this advanced Inquisitor, and then it's constantly changing every week, so it's not worth it, kinda.
So,
And no tools for us for a long time, and like I could notice that like they have no budget for marketing, and the content creators were the marketing advertisement kind of, and like not getting support at all was kind of weird. But then I was like, I'll do it anyway, so
yeah, that's why they went
I
to other
don't care.
games.
Like
Yeah, it's just the
yeah,
benefits wasn't that great, isn't?
like I why didn't they even give like a link, like some kind of link what I can put in my video description, like if you want to participate in the game what I'm making videos, click this link and then you get like a bonus for that or something, something for the
The
work and
Juby,
advertisements.
these are good ideas. You can't have good ideas. Have you ever worked for a
No.
major corporation? You can't bring good ideas to the table. No, you just can't.
No.
All
You
right.
get destroyed immediately.
Yeah, they
But
get shot down.
today I was
These are
like,
good ideas. We can't have good ideas, Juby.
yeah,
All
I
right.
know. These things don't happen. That's why I can talk.
All right.
I wish.
Yeah, ban incoming.
Oh no.
All right.
No, I'm gonna
Might as well
be
hang your
kicked
hat there,
from the
Juby.
program. Shit.
Yep.
Oh no.
Hey, and actually, shout out to the viewers on Bilibili. We have a fan that has been posting our content over onto Bilibili. So shout out to that pilot.
Oh, even
wanna thank them.
Chinese players or people
You know,
are...
and I'll always kind of encourage people to watch the show or listen to it, because again, it's like there's a lot of things that we talk about on here that people in Alliance chat don't know, and then they ask something. I'm like, well, didn't you catch the latest E1? Like they talked about it. Like, oh no, I live under a rock. I don't listen to that stuff. I'm like, dang it. What can you do? Refer to a friend.
But hey,
Let's say that.
in the like 1 year ago, this podcast was like the silent propaganda shit podcast, and no one can listen to it, and forbidden if you're not in SHH. So it's a good thing
Hey,
now.
I'm not going to
We
admit
can
I'm not
start
going to admit
fresh.
their ignorance. I'm not going to admit that.
I heard so much shit talk about Silent Federation, so that's why I joined Silent Federation. I had to see it for myself to believe it. Like then I came here, I was like all these people are normal and like happy and polite. Like, where's all the shit and toxic bullshit what I was promised? Like, yeah, that's weird,
Hmm.
But I heard a lot of it, like a lot of propaganda before I joined. That's why I had to come see it myself. Like,
Yeah.
how is this dark side?
And
You
now
know,
it's dead, so you killed it.
now it's dead because I was there.
Toxic. Toxic.
Yeah.
All right, continuing on.
Why is it?
Community driven development, maintaining a healthy community where player voices are heard promptly is essential. A satisfied player base is the most effective marketing tool we have.
Oh
All right.
yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Again, content creators, people that voice their opinions, actually people that play the game. How about listen to them?
Like,
Why are we
yeah, they
catering?
got fucking
Well, they
butchered if they say something's wrong.
it's kind of funny too because they cater for certain aspects of the game versus others. Have you noticed that? So
Mm.
it goes along the lines of
The investors that
the squeaky
control.
wheel gets the grease.
Yes,
So
that's
the squeaky
like
wheel
the animal
gets the
in the wheel. Yeah.
grease.
Alrighty.
All right.
Like that's right. But
Next question.
Cloud always says like everything is kind of controlled by the investors of the game, and the investors want to have certain things like loot boxes and all the stuff that can make people rich, and that is how they go. But like still, I'm very um, grateful for this Eve Echoes game, and I'm able to play it free to play. I have dreadnoughts and max level implants. Only thing what I don't have is like the nanocores. They're fucking expensive. Like, this is a luxury game. Like, oh yeah, like this nanocore costs same as my iPad. Like,
Mm,
oh, maybe I'll
crazy.
save money for my next iPad when this one breaks. Like, so I can play, and that's wild.
Mm,
Like, yeah. But only complaint is that they could like reduce 1 0 out of every price of item in the game, like, and more like cosmetic upgrades, not like, oh, this nanocore is much better than the last one, so I must buy this. And like constantly make this, you need to buy the newest because it's a bit better, and then the next patch they will reduce its power, and because balance is not great, and so everything new is overpowered first because it has to be like the best shit you have, and that's why you get it. And yeah, that's what I noticed from this game. But
power
I
creep.
usually don't look at the market at all, like, or the store thing, like only ISK exchange. That's what I use. But
Mm, yeah.
yeah,
Stop being a
that's
peasant, Juby.
that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
All right.
Feel my pain.
I feel your pain. All right. Next question.
Thank you, Rumble.
Jufox asks, "Hello. There are some cores that are released on the store periodically, such as the Dragon Chant, Starbeat, etc.,
Mm.
and others, the Voyage, the Black and White, are not. Are those cores which never showed up except release won't be ever sold again? If then, there are any balance updates expected?" So Water Knight comes back to say, event cores from the Interstellar Bazaar and Home Returning Festival events will make a return during these events. Other cores, new ways to acquire the cores, will be added in future updates. Rebalanced cores, a few cores like the Voyage series will return after balance adjustments are made, and ongoing balancing, they will continuously monitor and balance the existing cores series and make adjustments from time to time. So, yeah, the notorious ones there were like the Black and White. Dragon Chant, not so much. The Starbeat, not so much. But the Voyage and the Black and White. There's another one I feel like I'm missing, where it's kind of the PvP bitch core, where they just hit the core and then they run. I think that is Black and White.
Mm.
Maybe it is a
Yeah,
Voyage.
can be black and white or something with
Yeah, Voyage.
warp stabs or whatever. Voyage is nice speed boost. But there was something else, something more
Yeah, glaze mode.
nasty.
Captain Bobo core.
What?
Does
God
Bobo have
damn, we
one?
have so many of them cores.
Where are you at,
Captain Bobo
Bobo?
core.
Bobo, if you have a black and white or Voyage
I
core, I'm
have
gonna
the same
motherfuck you.
core that Bobo has. It's the Voyager. God damn it.
Come on, Bobo. I respected Bobo up until I heard that.
But the Voyager it got nerfed a lot, so it's not so good as we remember. Like it go fast, very fast, like crazy fast
Yeah.
with the succubus. Like, but now it's like reduced a lot, so
All right.
can't have the good old days
Hmm.
back anymore.
All right. Next question. Gratch asks, in addition of individual hangars and NPC stations was great. Is there a plan to make those available in corporation citadels as well? Or maybe some sort of system where
This
there's
one I
shared
know.
hangars between a citadel and a fortizar in the same system? Paulin says, who answered it, Paulin, hello, extending personal hangar access to capsuleer outposts and corporation citadels is part of our planned optimizations. Depending on our development progress, this may be rolled out in phases, for instance, enabling it for capsuleer outposts first, followed by corporation citadels. So there you go. There's something in the works there. Later on, we'll talk about personal, what do you call those containers? Station containers, or something like that. They talk about that
Hangers?
later on. No, I'm
Oh.
pretty sure it's station containers is what they're talking about.
Oh man,
Just a better way to organize stuff.
still those things. I remember we asked those things like 3-4 years ago. We want all the same things what we had in Eve Online, but we want it in fucking mobile devices. That's what we want. But we got this.
Mm.
But still,
All right.
it's good. It's good. When I first started to play Eve Echoes, I was like very doubtful. I was like, how the hell will they fit all this stuff into a mobile device? And here it goes for 5 years now. And yeah,
Yeah. My iPad's starting to run out of room freaking every time I update this game. It's gigabytes. All right.
Mm.
Next one. Grim Reaper asks, what steps are being taken to bring new players into the game and to retain existing players? Lance Dot says, last year our focus was encouraging PvP and launching new PvPvE content. This year, we will maintain that pace and potentially add more PvE content, with the ultimate goal of ensuring players always have content to engage with. At the same time, we will place more emphasis on the health of the economic ecosystem. Our aim is to monitor potential issues more timely and provide solutions such as imbalances in the production and consumption of specific currencies or items. Yeah, about that.
That sounds like a robot
Almost.
talking back, you know.
and do know they are for sure using Translate, by the way, too. So maybe they didn't truly understand the question.
Chinese.
And
I have no idea how Chinese language works, but like those are very like detailed words.
yeah,
Very.
it's not
you
like
know.
they're using voice to talk or something. You're not voice to. Is it voice to text? Yeah, voice to text. It's not like they're doing that. Maybe they are. I don't know. And then they translate it. All right. Next question. Request to be a moderator asks, are there any plans to give smaller corporations and or alliances a good shot for growing? We don't see many new communities now. Those we do see are mainly in LowSec. There are too few alliances in control, and I would love to see more alliances on the star map. So Lance Dot replies to this. He says, in the next 1 to 2 months, we will launch a new corporation competition with new match rules. We will also limit the scale of the matches in terms of tonnage and headcount to ensure corporations of different sizes have a chance to participate. Ultimately, the winning corporations will gain sovereignty over the incremental solar systems for a period of time, example 2 to 3 months, where they can engage in production activities. So interesting. Again, I think they kind of eluded or evaded the fact of what the question actually was, is trying to get
Yeah, it
smaller
didn't help
alliances.
anything.
They're talking about the corporation clash. I mean, Lansdott, he's talking about corporation clash. And this
Yeah.
person is asking, like, hey, can we get some smaller alliances to gain Sov and nullsec? Basically, all the new smaller alliances you see are in lowsec, highsec, which is true.
Yeah, so we get some kind of corp clash or whatever, and you can like choose frigate battle or cruisers or whatever, and then you have like, I don't know, 10-man teams, maybe
Yeah.
like have more
Like,
variety
I don't know,
in like corp clash
this
things.
this corp clash thing in what Lansdott says almost feels kind of rock paper scissor ish, right? It's like, oh well, let's play a game of rock paper
Yeah.
scissor. Whoever wins gets to solve. Like, what are we, freaking sixth
Yeah.
grade?
Yeah, like is that going to change the whole PvP aspect of the
I
game? Like now we don't even fight fleet
I don't
fights
think
anymore.
that's yeah.
We just
I don't
do
think that's
this
how this is going to
big.
work. And even then, after the 2 to
Yeah,
3 months, are they going to have to do another rock paper scissors corp clash and be like, oh, okay, well, last time we did 20v20, but now we had people quit or move on, so now we can only do 10v10, but we still hold the sov and we have to defend it. It's like, no, it's not how this works. Come on, Lance, stop.
yeah. Like what?
All right,
What are they fighting for?
yeah. The question was dumb. Net E can't nerf the others. People honestly have to get good. Yeah. Yep. So
Oh man.
Orion
Next question.
Aikaoa asks, one of the things I would love to see is an NPC station version of the POS resource harvesting. Something like you can rent an NPC station per week and utilize the PI harvesting function like POS, where it would gather everything to a hangar. Paulin comes back to say, sounds good. I've
Okay.
noted it down.
No, like God damn it! Like
Sounds good.
let's make PI. Sounds good. That's good idea. Let's use all the resources to
You do
improve this game to
realize,
this.
and maybe the whole security system and the whole reason why there's high sec versus low sec versus null sec is because high sec sucks. Its planetary production sucks. Its mining capability and levels of belts and all that and rats, all of that sucks. This is why null
Yeah,
sec
that's
is
like
beneficial to you. Why
I
do we
think
want to
like
put a POS in high sec to harvest an eighth of what you can do in a null sec region or even a low sec area? I think because you could still put
yeah,
outposts in low sec, but
damn,
yeah, Care Bear galore.
that's weird.
Well, I'm a high sec only player and I can't have
Yeah.
POSs. I want to rent one out. I
Hey,
mean,
while I
are you
was
even
on
playing
my
the game?
break,
Are you even playing the
yeah,
game? Like, serious?
yeah, I
I,
didn't play for 6 months, but I was like in Highsec Island every day, like setting like my ship to go AI ratting, and I could not say that it's playing the game because I'm not there, kinda. So it was only like survival or like having something to come back to type of thing. But I did make 140 billion ISK while I was 6 months in Highsec. So that's
hey, do you give out
I don't know,
loans?
is that a lot? Yeah, is that a lot of ISK or not that
Hey,
normal, Happy
Juby,
Meal.
do you got some ISK I could borrow?
I always learned that it's better not to loan money to a friend because you can lose your friend. And yeah, but we can work something out maybe.
All right, because I got some things, but we'll talk about that later.
Mm.
Yeah, and agree. I some of these questions are dumb. Like I said, that's why I included the names, and so we can publicly shame them. But yeah, it kind of just is what it is. It's whatever the devs decided that they wanted to answer. So I
Yeah.
have to include them. Have to include them. I can't just cherry pick all the good
Actually,
ones.
when I said, I remember I talked to Cloud or something, and then we were talking about AI mining, and that was before AI mining came out, and then the Cloud was that shit is never gonna come out, and then I was like, but think about how fun it is to PvP players to kill AI miners that are mining, and yeah, and then he was like, okay, like only for nullsec maybe, but then yeah, then it's a coveter,
Yeah.
I guess.
You want to make high sec interesting? War deck. Yeah.
Mm.
Or bounties, in-game bounties. I believe if somebody has a bounty on them in-game, you can hunt them anywhere.
But okay, if you think like let's do the war deck, then people just leave the corpse and be like in NPC corpse and still grind money and not care. Like then it will war deck will destroy like these people in corpse
Pros and
and
cons.
you
Did
know
they really need those
yeah.
people anyway?
Mm. But they do make tax money. Tax money is good.
Okay, yeah, tax
Like
revenue
the
is good.
CEO needs the supers.
Yeah. Yeah. Corporations got bills to pay. I need that
Yeah,
tax
like
money.
now tax is 100% until we get this whatever super.
I know
Go.
when I was a CEO, I would see the wallet and you could tell who always was in like high sec doing like encounters or
Ah,
whatever, and you could see just in the names of the pirates or whatever. And it's like, well, this dude never has been to the base or the home base and
yeah.
null base. You kind of but he is paying taxes. We'll leave him alone.
Yeah. That's what you were looking at Yubi like when he was in Isaac for 6
No,
months. Like, he's still alive and producing something. So
not me.
just keep him going.
No, Juby, we
Keep
keep
him
you
going.
because you're Juby.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Now, I've pronounced this. I wonder if this guy is in the audience. Axel, ACYL. Am I saying it right?
Axel,
I've said it one
Axel,
time.
raise your hand, please.
Axel asks, any plans on making
Fucking
T3
Axel.
cruisers like an EVE Online, strategic cruisers,
Oh,
and or any balance changes for cruisers and battleships? So Cloud comes back. Continuous balance adjustments throughout the year, including ships, modules, PvE, implants, and nanocores. Add several new non-cap ships, such as faction battle cruisers and the Sancha battleship. Plans to add new modular ships. Technical staff are conducting preliminary technical research. No exact release date now. So
yeah. So no tactical weird cruisers. Believe me, uh, all the people who listen to this,
that's
like
a funny
forget those
screenshot you got there. Booyah.
all ships. Yeah,
Booyah
get them
messaged Cloud.
dreadnoughts with
I have to give
the
credit to
fucking
Cloud
BG
because
guns.
yeah, I have to give credit to Cloud because he like replies to everybody. No discrimination or anything, but Booyah said, idea, do a burn Jita event where Jita turns into a low sec or null sec for a week. The player base would love this. And Cloud comes back and says TBD. Like they know. Oh
Yeah,
man. Yeah, just
let's try.
put
That's good.
put the faction Warzone in a high sec island, or just rotate them from all the high sec islands. Like one day it's Claire Lamb, right? Because if you open up your system settings, it tells you Sancha forces are in this constellation, right? And then anyway, yeah, it's like it's a free for all in those systems for those time being. You know how badly that would disrupt those high sec islands if you just rotated them. But no, we can't have any good
Yeah.
ideas, Juby.
No.
Okay.
It's too wild.
Next question. GTR35 asks, will there be other pirate factions be included in the incursion? Landstott says, in the short term, we will focus on optimizing the rules for Sencha's invasions for other factions. If we use the same PvE mechanics, the experience might not feel different enough. We are inclined to use different gameplay styles to package the content for other factions, such as looting and extraction mode. TBD. All right.
Yeah. So that sounds like a good idea. Like a different type of thing, but
Good idea
let's see
equals
how it
bad.
goes.
Bad idea equals good.
How it goes. I still haven't tried any of those incursions, and I did in EVE Online. I did incursions, but no idea how they work in here. Like what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I did get like an alert from the corp, like be careful. There's a incursion in a high-sec island. Like if you're there, then it's a bad thing. Then I was lucky I was not in that place. I was in a different place, so no stress.
All right. Next question. Ku'a asks, will we expect incursions soon in Null other than Sancha? Cloud says, in Nullsec, NPC fleets will attack corp structures, just like in the ER region, no Sancha fleet. Nice. So that's kind of where those the whole thing is where you have to, if you own a Sov, you need to defend it. And if it's not through PvP, as in lack of content or whatever, say you can't downgrade T4 citadels, blah blah blah, the pirates are gonna start attacking the citadel regardless. So
Yeah, like
that
the
might
pirates
clean up.
will, the NPCs will.
So I think that too is
Actually,
another kind of tactic to get some of these alliances to downsize a little bit on their Sovs and their holdings. Maybe. Unless they
Yeah,
can
it's
defend all
gonna-
their Sovs, all 200 of them or whatever. Some alliances probably have 200 plus.
Yeah, like let's see, it will make some new space. Let's hope.
Yeah,
And
makes those useless
actually,
holding corps.
I don't know. Is it the Jubi juice or something? But like this question, I remember there was a question that like the answer was like the rats will behave same like in Cobalt Edge
Mhm.
basically. So
Yeah,
they will
Ethereum.
attack structures and all sorts. So
Yeah,
like even in nullsec, the rats will fight back and try to take back the system eventually. But
when
yeah,
when
that
when
could
people
be a
have
good
alt
thing.
corps holding Sov, then you know there's a problem.
Yeah. No, yes, there's gonna be like people exactly like the renters and all sorts
And
like,
and then
asking for help.
and
Help
then
me defend my own place, please.
and then when you have alt
Come.
corps holding alliances like SHH, well,
Mm, yeah.
history proves again that you don't do that. Anyway, continuing on. Another question here. The Lord of Toasters, Jan, asks, do we get a map without caps where we can have Sov? What? Do we get a map without caps where we can have Sov? Pauline says,
don't
hello, we are
understand.
currently exploring similar new gameplay concepts. For example, we are considering new regions open to everyone that are sovereignty free and restricted to sub-capital ships, so no capitals. We are also looking into intense competitive tournaments divided into capital and sub-cap classes where the ultimate prize is sovereignty over a solar system. So now this is the second time that they've said this. There are regions out in the outer regions, so out there by Cobalt Edge and Ethereum and all that, that have specific mechanics in order to do things out there, whether there's lack of freaking local, the way the structures work out there, whether or not pirates are going to attack you, etc. Like all that stuff has capitals in them, and then you got people that want to fly frigates go into these systems, like, well, we can't do anything because we're frigate pilots or cruiser pilots. And so here we go. Now we're starting to cater. We're starting to open up regions for the people that
Captain
aren't in
Benzi.
capitals. Maybe.
Now it's time to come back. It's for
But
Benzi.
even in
He
year
wants
3,
to
Benzi
destroy your
realized that capitals
place.
were the way to go. But in contrast, because I can't take capitals out there, I probably won't go out there anyway. So why do I care?
Yeah, like what the hell do you farm even in that place? Like, is it better than
they'll
farming
probably
with,
make something lucrative, and it's like, well, you can only get certain minerals or moon
real
ores or
money?
whatever.
You get real money.
Yeah,
That's why.
there's a reason why corporations or alliances or whomever goes out there. So, yeah. From what I hear, the money is good.
Let's try. Yeah, I'm gonna try the Voyager Nano and get my Succubus ready, and then ask Bobo with me, and let's go capture something, conquer or solve somewhere.
I
I don't
find
know what
I don't
we're gonna
know.
do after that, because like if you're a good PvP player, you're not gonna rat in that solve anyway. So you
It's
get
funny.
that. You're like
I got
you get the solve, but you don't use it.
I got tackled by one of these elite succubus pilots that orbit at 0, and I just have to laugh.
Indeed.
I just have to laugh. That's all I gotta say. I just have to laugh because when you do hit them, they just run, and
Yeah,
they
of
solely
course,
bank
like
on the
if
fact that you can't hit them. And so
Yeah,
when you do
or
start
you're
hitting them, they
not-
just
or
run. And I'm
you're-
like, well, this friggin' that's why I'm saying elite PvP. So why not
That's
just
it,
use like
that's
a
the normal
daredevil?
PvP.
Why not do a daredevil where you can
Yes.
just orbit at 45 with all the bonuses and
Because
stuff that you get
The
in web?
Daredevil, you use warp scram, and then it's like it's fucked, the whole Daredevil. But Succubus,
Yeah, but
he
you
keeps
can't.
going with Afterburner.
I mean, but if you have a battleship tackled and they try webbing your daredevil at 45, will they be able to do it?
No,
Answer is no.
but depends. It depends on battleships. Like if it's Balgorn or
It does not
Azazel
matter
or
the ship. They
Vindicator.
cannot wep you that far away. Now, if they use
Oh, yes,
7
they can.
tracking computers, they might be able to hit you. Could they one pop you? Maybe. But that's different than having web scrams and 3 or 4 webs on you when you're orbiting at 0. Yeah, Balgorn will cap you out.
Yeah.
So there's aspects to this, right? So anyway.
You should
Continuing on.
avoid Balgorns and Azazel.
Yeah.
With frigates and Vindicators and
Oh,
Annihilators.
and they do. A smart
learn.
PvPer
Missile
definitely
bolts.
picks his battles. Yeah, for sure. Juby, you should know this. You PvP.
I used
They
to.
pick their battles.
I'm just baby steps coming back. I remember.
Leave the PvPing to PvPers. I digress.
Yes.
Who
We have
asks,
PvP players here in audience. They can tell, hell yeah, Balgorn.
Who
That's,
asks,
That's a good.
would we see the Marauder ships anytime soon? I know someone who loves Golem. Cloud says we will update the
my
bomber
God.
battleships first and then analyze whether Marauder needs to be introduced. So I guess that's a TBD.
Yeah, because like the siege mode is basically the thing what Marauders did in EVE Online. So it's same thing. We have it already, but it's called a different striker ship, or yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know
We
anything
need
EO.
more battleships with siege mode. That's what we need.
This is an alliance chat. I just watched fake AOA kill She for bubbling them. Interesting.
Normal day.
The tensions between Bot 5 and Trog. Because they are blue with each other, I believe. Anyway,
Oops.
continuing on. Calibrax asks, are there any plans to renovate the My Orders Buy Sell interface? It would be nice to more conveniently check on current marketplace prices directly from that window without marching through several screens and then reopening the My Orders window to make changes. Lance says, this sounds reasonable. We can iterate on some of the older UI flows. Recently, we have been experimenting. Damn, I can't talk right now. With both the new and old star maps, and we have learned many valuable lessons. This includes how to maintain compatibility with old interface habits, how to run two systems in parallel, and ultimately how to merge them. Hey, Junior.
Yeah, like for me, like the new map, I just was looking at it. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Where am I? What
Yeah,
is
it's
this
crazy.
dots? And I tried the apps and nothing happens. Like everything looks the same.
All right.
Yes.
Devil
Bring back
Boss.
the old map.
And you'll notice too that some of these questions were all like from the same people. There's a few names in here where
Yes.
they had multiple of their questions answered, but it wasn't like everybody was different, that they're answering different people's questions. As some of these, there's like some persons asked like 4 questions and they got answers where others got 0. So maybe they should
Yeah,
optimize that.
maybe there were paid people
Honestly, I
asking
was
the
thinking
good
about that. Maybe
questions.
they are working on the inside. They're like, okay, well, this
Yeah.
character,
They're the devs asking
secretly
from
they're a
devs.
dev.
And
All right. Devil Boss asks, will there be a full count reset button that resets SP and implant level and unfits them due to the sheer number of stuff we need to update and so many new things, partial LAS or things are not helpful? Would love to get a full sheet, especially when returning after 2 to 3 years of break. Another question is related to skill points. That is most important aspect of the game, yet new players or returning players shave no way to catch up. And sorry for the wording here. This was solely a copy and paste. So this is what they typed out, even with the
it's good.
errors.
I understand. He wants a reset whole account to 0 and
Can there be
start from scratch.
Can there be a variable SP rate based on how much current SP you have versus how much SP is highest available in EE on a character that boosts SP production for Omega Duo users who are very far behind? This will help new players to encouraged as well as returning players to catch up. Third question is related to nanocores. Will there be a way to trade purple nanocores? As of now, free to play seems to have no chance to get good nanocores, and gap between grinding players and pay to win is increasing. Jesus.
Oh no, shit. Like the prices are too high for the nanocores. That's why there's a gap.
Lance says, from our current perspective, this is a very good idea, providing returning players with an opportunity to choose a new path. Improving the experience for both returning and new players is a module we value highly. In terms of implementation, I personally lean toward offering reset or exchange materials for individual progression systems, rather than a full reset with total resource refunds. Some of these would be provided immediately, while others, usually those involving higher stakes, would require returning players to stay active for a certain period before being granted. I don't know, man. So weird.
Yeah,
Like,
no reset.
how do you
button
take a 2 to
coming.
3 year break and then come back? Do you just get the itch again and be like, oh, well, this game sucks, and then you come back 3 years later like, oh, okay, I got the Eve itch again?
No, you were in a coma and then you woke up from 3 years or something. Then you're like, I want to reset the game.
See, I
don't know.
let's see. I played it. So I played Skyrim back in 2011 when it came out. And then I had a 15-year gap. And you know what? I had the brilliant idea to play Skyrim again. So I guess it could happen. I took a 15-year break.
But it's a good game. It's like
But I started from zero. Right? When you're doing that, you start from nothing.
That's what they want.
You don't just come back and be
they
like,
want from zero,
yep,
but
I'm in
still
capitals.
get everything.
What happened to my corp? Oh, they've been dead for like 2 years. Where have
Yeah.
you been? Oh, I've been on a break. Well, join
I want to
Booyah's Corp, the Fourth Reich. So,
Oh man, this is weird. Weird questions. Like, fuck.
all right.
If I had these questions in my videos, like, what the hell?
Next question. The Lord of Toasters again asks, will tactical carrier battleships come out, and when does the integrated augmented offensive assault battlecruiser come out for it? Cloud says they are too powerful now, so we'll plan to enhance the smaller ships first and then add advanced lightweight ships. Okay.
That was a lot of words. Whoa. Some kind of, I don't know, carrier fighter, maybe.
Next question. Toxic asked, in the last event, it was added to share the mission. Will it be left, and what is further development of this mechanic? Will more skins be added? I would like to see better skins of old nanocores. Water Knight says the mission sharing protocol will continue to receive updates in the future. Daily missions will be added for sharing. Additionally, new data core will be periodically introduced, which can be used to refine nanocores. All right.
Yeah, I want some of them old skins. Like, I have been looking for Naglfar sleeper skin. That's a cool one, but
It's
you
very
can't find any.
Yeah.
And
I probably have some.
I used to have
honestly.
it for carrier. Yeah, I
I
had carrier, but then I reskilled it to dreadnoughts because I was thinking carrier is
dude,
too
I have a billion
squishy.
boxes on a freaking billion characters. I had nanocores I didn't know I had. I had implants didn't know I had on other
Ooh.
characters from doing all these
Oh.
events and everything over the years. Yeah, it's just like I
Can
have
I raid
skins
your
galore.
stash someday?
Hey, whoa. Chill out there.
Like, I need a cool.
Chill, son.
Can I
Hey.
raid your stash? Show me your goodies, please.
This is a hold up.
I have ISK. I
Yeah,
grind ISK a lot, but not real money. You can't. Sometimes
All right.
I wish life would be like in Iveco.
Remind me
You
later.
can grind it like this.
Remind me later. I'll
Yeah,
have to check.
super.
But I have hella skins and I don't do anything with them.
Oh, I
Problem
need
is that they're
skins.
in Delve. So
It's okay. No stress. My
All right.
mighty interceptors can fly there.
All right, next question. Jufox asks, are there any plans to add SOE, Morto's Legion, Yangjung related areas, sites, or contents? Cloud says new ships, implants, and modules. That's it.
Oh, new implants.
That's it.
Even more.
Yeah.
Mm,
All right, next
gonna
one.
be wild.
Tiberium97 asks, ¿Cuándo abre el Museo de Arcanas para canjear cosas? Sorry,
Right.
that was terrible. When is the Arcane Museum
Managed.
opens to exchanged items? Okay.
Ah, yes, the popcorn. You know, you can get the. That was good. We got the shuttles.
Yeah,
and
well,
some skins.
So, and Cloud replies here, we'll be reducing the number of stores this year and adding a comprehensive store where some items require the Arcanus points, for example, the shuttle. Are people still collecting those ancient remains in game?
Oh yes, I collect them. And I used to exchange them back in the day to get the shuttles and then sell those shuttles in ETA, of course. But
and the
if I
shuttles
would be
do have
smart,
use, for sure. They do have use. It was kind of
yes.
unfortunate that they discontinued them for the while that they did. So there was, and it's probably been a couple years, but there was a person who was always requesting people to contract that person of their ancient remains. Because I think they were trying to collect like 1 million or 1 billion of them or something like that. Was it Ignis? Okay. There was some sort of goal with it.
Yes.
But
There was, but then they and closed the whole thing. Now
But
it's
here,
nothing.
it wasn't for a lost cause, because now they're going to be opening that up again. And it sounds like that they're going to be bringing back the shuttle. So there you go.
Shuttle is coming back.
Yeah,
So
Ignis,
if
I
you
probably
have
have some
old
space poop.
shuttles, go sell them now. Try to sell them now while they're
I
hot.
got garbage, I got space
After
poop, I got miners, I got all that stuff.
Yeah, after this podcast, the price, it's not so good anymore.
Right.
So go sell them.
Yeah. So we just fluctuated the market as we speak.
Oh yes,
Okay.
That's how we change. Make the game.
So I thought this was funny too. During the Q&A, Lance Dot just randomly stated this. Whether through the questionnaires previously released on the international and Chinese servers, or the questions asked today, many players are still concerned about Titans. We addressed this in last year's AMA. At that time, our answer was that Titans are too precious and the cost of manufacturing and using them is too high for individuals and small corporations. Meanwhile, resource-rich corporations and alliances could use them to create even more unbalanced confrontations. Though this is one of Eve's characteristics. So he just stated that without necessarily answering to a specific question in the chat. So I didn't analyze all the questions to know if that was an actual question, because Titans were brought up multiple times during the AMA events. So I'm not surprised if maybe this was supposed to be a reply to somebody, but according to it, it wasn't.
Yeah. Random words.
So,
but yeah, I don't know. Like if you think about it, like what do we do with the Titans? Like make a strong alliance even stronger, and not like the common people don't benefit anything from these Titans. So that's a bit weird. Do we need Titans?
So he actually does continue to. We maintain this opinion this year, but we are actively looking for opportunities for the arrival of Titans. For example, using Titans in restricted scenarios, recalling the corporation competition mentioned earlier, where we could limit each side to only 1 or 3 Titans, which would better align with our expectations. Once Titan production capacity gradually increases and everyone can use them sustainably, we could introduce them to specific systems first and eventually open all nullsec systems. This idea is still quite preliminary. Does anyone have any further suggestions? So he's asking us. Yeah, he's asking us.
What we do with the Titans.
I don't know. They comment some more on some Titan questions later on too, so
I remember I watched there's EVE Online PvP battle. It was the bloodbath of something. It was the biggest battle in EVE Online and most Titans destroyed. And they made a memorial in the game that all the Titan wrecks are still floating in EVE Online. I don't remember the system name, but it was like hundreds of Titans were destroyed in that battle. And yes, like the Titans, they have a doomsday weapon. And basically, if you have like 5 Titans shooting doomsday at an enemy Titan, it blows up instantly after that. So that's pretty wild. But I don't know what it's gonna do in Iveco's.
yeah, Bradrick. Translation. Cough, cough. All right. Next question. I'm starting to get my voice starting to get pretty hoarse. I need to drink a lot of water and sipping that Jupi juice.
Drink water or Jubi juice.
All right. Kua'a asks, would we see a high-sec dread Concord dread this year? Cloud says, we aren't suitable combat scenarios in high-sec right now. One of the key focuses this year is a new high-difficulty PvEs, and with the arrival of these PvEs, we will decide whether to add high-security dreadnoughts based on the actual combat. Again, come on, Kua'a. Like, this is like Care Bear mentality. Like, why?
Oh
Are we
yes.
gonna Hisek Island a dread? I mean, people already do it with Science Seas and Lucid Moons and Shanghai's, all that crap. But dreads?
Oh, if we get high-sec dreads, then I need to get some high-sec dreads because I have dreads
That's funny.
already. Oh yes.
Yeah, Concord Dreadnought. Well, the
Mm, that
Yangjung
would be
version,
cool. Concord dreadnought.
the Yangjung version of a
Yeah,
Dreadnought.
only the Science C can enter high-sec. That's why high
What
sci bad.
the Lucent Moon?
Okay, Lucent Moon can also.
Shanghai?
Yeah,
Shanghai can.
Shanghai that can't.
It can't?
That can't. I asked. No, I know a guy who has Shanghai, and that it's missing. Cannot enter high-sec.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like,
Well,
that's the only good thing what it was for.
oh, I thought
Damn
it
it.
was just a
Yeah,
glorified
now it's
Science C.
like,
It was able to go into ISEC. I guess not. But
no,
I don't even own
no,
one,
it's
so I don't know.
yeah, it's like makes Science C worse, kinda.
Whatever.
I don't know.
All right. Asked to be a moderator
Can
asks, huh? What?
if anyone in the audience know, can the Shanghai fit the BG gun from Bodyguard Red? Does it fit? It's a doomsday weapon, kinda. But yeah, if anyone knows, let's see.
No, it can't.
It can't.
All
Okay.
right. We got a lot of questions here, Juby. We got to get through these. Request to be a
Okay.
moderator
Let's go,
asks,
go, go.
are there any plans for a new sound rework more similar to those of EVE Online? Lance says, this is a very valuable and niche piece of feedback. We likely haven't focused on sound effects for quite some time. While I cannot promise to add this plan immediately, we will look into whether our current tools allow us to improve audio quality within a limited development budget. No sound for you.
No,
No sound for
we
you.
have no sound. Like the soundtracks, even I don't like. That's why we need to do our own.
Yeah, I need my autopilot to be in high quality. Thank you very much. Undocking.
Yeah, or all languages. I want
Warping.
Finnish
Warp drive
language
active.
autopilot, please.
It's too tinny. Like they gotta upgrade that freaking quality. It's too tinny right now. Like,
Yeah, add more bass to the guns and
well, I
more
was gonna say,
explosions.
yeah, I was gonna be a bit more technical and say get rid of the high pass, but I wasn't gonna say that. More bass. Okay. Where were we? Okay. Grim Reaper asks, are there any plans to adjust the Ospice Nanocore bonus activation cost, particularly the 50 million ISK requirement, which feels disproportionately expensive on subcapital ships compared to capitals? Water Knight says, we are currently monitoring this series of nanocores. So expect changes, first of all. Either if it's a nerf or a buff, whatever you want to call it, they're obviously looking at these and determining what's fair, I guess. So
Was it the Death Wish?
no, Ospice, the
no.
new one.
Oh,
The one that just came
Old
out.
Spice.
Yeah, Old Spice. Yeah. Old Spice?
I haven't.
Come on,
I haven't
Julie.
even watched that. Yeah, that one. Is
All
it
right.
that the one you were talking about? Yeah, that's a good
Yeah, B-Town, I agree.
deodorant. I love it.
The questions that are being answered are from people with very specific gameplay styles and or complaints and or perceptions, and we just have to go with it at this point. You know, I asked questions, and of course my questions didn't get answered. B-Town, if you had questions, they probably didn't get answered. I know they didn't because I had to copy paste all this crap. So I mean,
Yeah,
it is what it
like
is.
no questions about PvP or whatever. Like everything is like, oh, NPCs will destroy your solve if you take a break and yes, get good.
Yeah, get good.
That's it.
What if actually I think Cloud is kind of gangster enough. He would say that. He'd be like, "Dude, get good."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's pretty. He's gangster enough to say that. All right, Modkin
Oh yeah.
Modan asks. I also wrote to you about the game's advertising. Why are your social networks dead? Without social networks, no one will know about the game. Lansdot says this
Oh
year we
yes.
will experiment with some low budget self produced videos, such as developer
Ooh.
roundtables and chats, or work in progress clips of art assets. We will try posting these on YouTube to maintain some visibility. We can't guarantee how effective this will be, but it's an experiment we're willing to
Oh,
try. If you have any other suggestions, please feel free to let Cloud or me know. Oh my
that's
gosh.
good. They're also gonna do
No,
low quality, low budget, low
they've done
effort
this in
like
the
we do.
past. Remember, they've done this in the past where you pulled up to a rock and your coveter turned into a Noctis,
Yeah.
and then your Noctis
Oh
turned
no,
into
not that
a
shit.
Rourke, and you're
Why
like
can't they
harvesting
use
coins.
AI? God damn. Yeah, I remember
I
that.
went to
That
pay
was like,
$5 for that.
yeah,
You
I
know,
was like, and it had some gift codes and whatever, the advertisement.
yeah, get in
Yeah,
the game.
Dominic's is mining,
It's like, what do we got? EA?
mining and
We got freaking EA
yeah,
doing our advertising for us? Like, what? No, this ain't like a cheap mobile game. These are not the players that you're catering to. We're not playing casino games. Oh, like that could be debatable.
yeah.
Or idle
Why can't they
games.
just give
Eh, Oh, that
content
could be
creators
debatable too.
something,
Damn it. I is this a casino game? Well, it could be. Is this an idle game? Well, it could be. Is this a sandbox game? Yeah, it could be. Is this a whale
I
game?
feel
Yeah, it
like
could be.
it's all that combined. They like take that everything and put it here, and you can do anything. That is how it feels right now. Like if you want AI, you get
Oops.
that. You want gambling, oh, okay. Let's would have this nano course and but yeah. But it's good we can free to play also. That's why I'm here.
Mm. All right. I had to type, and every time I pressed 2, it switched my camera. So sorry, YouTube.
Yeah, those
Anyway,
are the only ones that worked from the list you gave last time.
yeah.
I
Oh,
was like,
and let
"What's
me
this?"
let me hit on that real quick too, because after I announced that, it took 12
Yeah,
hours for the codes to go into effect on my account, and I did have 4 of them go into effect. Now, since then,
okay,
I think I either that got out and publicly and they discontinued those codes, or that code was only
okay.
good for 500 characters or something like that, right? Or a
Limited.
thousand, whatever limit
Yeah,
that they had. So,
yeah. For
but
me, it's like after the 2 codes, it started to say like unidentified account or something like that. But then I was
yeah,
like, it's the same account. I got the 2 other ones. So
well,
what
and
the what
I
the
was
hell?
optimistic too. I was like, well, it said that they're valid codes, though I checked my inbox and nothing happened. And then, like I said, it took 12 hours, and then I get 4 messages in my inbox stating of what I received. So it was like 480k SP. I got 10,000 Concord points and then a million Lazarus points with those other codes. Now, these 2 that I just gave Ignis, or just I put into the on-air chat, those
Yeah,
I think is the 480k SP in combine. So yeah, in combination, it totals that much. So, and of
yeah.
course, during their AMAs, they were continuously putting those codes out there as well. So, all
Now
right.
they're gonna be like, if you don't watch the stream or be at that second, then they don't work.
Mhm. All right. It's
I don't
Madness
know.
asks, any plans for wormhole space and also new player
Oh no.
attraction and content? Holland says
We already have
we
wormholes.
yeah, but not like EO.
No.
Paulin says, we have actually raised this topic on wormhole development many times in our internal discussions and have debated its gameplay design extensively. We hope the wormhole gameplay will deliver fresh experiences and allow everyone a chance to participate. We currently have several proposals under review, and it is one of the candidates for this year's major gameplay update. Hint.
Ooh,
Interesting.
so we get some kind of weird wormhole experience
So,
this year.
based
maybe.
off of what I've heard about wormholes in EVE Online, is they're not just a gate from A to B. They are habitable systems in which you could put structures in, do mining and ratting and all that type of stuff inside of it. Whatever PvE is there, I don't know. Those are for the EO people
Sleepers.
to talk about,
You
but
farm sleepers in there.
still, that's more so what they're talking about, not the wormholes that we have nowadays that just take you to Ethereum Reach or Cobalt Edge or wherever else. So, yeah.
Let's
It's
see.
one of the candidates for this year's
new
major gameplay
dimensions.
update. It's interesting. I wonder if we're going to get that in the middle of the year. Either
Yeah.
between
We
April
can
and
travel
August.
to a parallel universe, and I can meet Dark Yubi in there, possibly.
Okay. Garanga asks, is it at all possible to have some method of verified ownership of accounts and movement of a character from one account to another verified owned account? I've played EVE Online and I assumed I would be able to move my 3 primary tunes all on same account to another later. Now I have 3 400 million SP tunes on the same account. Thank you. Yikes. Or perhaps
But
a
why?
way to play 2 or all tunes on an account at the same time. Cloud says, it's hard to say. This service involves many things. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Then it goes
But
into
yeah,
their
I
whole
feel
RMT thing, and it involves many
yeah,
things.
I do feel like many players. I have friends who play the game and then they were like confused and they played like they have all 3 accounts on one account and then they like how can I multi-box, and then it's like oh you need to have separate accounts to multi-box, then oh damn, like I wasted so much blah blah, and then like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's how it works, and I knew how it works because I played EVE Online before I played the EVE Echoes. So you kind of have to have basically 2 accounts, and to have like scout and then move out, and it's much easier that way to play. But I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Continuing on. Orion
They just want to sell the accounts, making money.
Orion ICAOA asks, have you considered a trainer dread? Lancelot says, a scenario
Trainer
that
dread.
scares me a bit. Trainer dreads crushing top tier faction battleships. LOL. Cloud says, considered? No. Thought that was pretty entertaining.
Trainer dread.
Trainer dreads. Hey, I'm a T6 high sec person and I want dreads in high sec and I want it to be a trainer because I'm T6.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be low LP or IP cost because it's trainer, and
Oh man,
it's like only 3 IP.
Remember the
cost.
trainer? Yeah, remember the
Get it
trainer
back.
fleets back in the day? The rupture trainer was like 3 IP, and it was just stupid tanky for what it was, and it was just they nerfed those quite a bit. There was a reason why the rupture trainer was like a billion ISK, and it still might be. I don't know, but it's been a long time
There
since
is
I've looked at it.
one use. Yeah, one use there is still left with the trainer, Tabber trainer cruiser. If you have sniper implant, you can snipe frigates and destroyers, maybe cruisers, in low sec. and then the Concorde kills you, but the ship costs like 1 IP, and you don't care. You have like 10 of them, and that's that's how you use trainer ships.
What is going on right now? Jeez, Alliance chat. Interesting.
It's something's just dying.
All right. Midnight asks, when will purple capital nanocores be not pay to win? And no, I don't mean purple cores we can get from Concord. Water Knight says, acquisition methods are currently limited, while the Trailblazer capital ship core can be redeemed in the Concord Pest Shop. We are considering adding more capital ship cores in the future that will be obtainable through player activity. So remember, for the longest time before Trailblazer, it was the Ascension, and everybody hated it.
Yeah.
Now it's to the point where people hate the Trailblazer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I started to look like actually Ascension core is pretty good. Like
It was ugly,
yeah.
man. And they say you can't polish a turd. You could not polish that freaking ship. It was ugly.
Oh yeah. It's ugly and very hard to make it look good, but we need more skins. That's what we need.
Where were you on this Q&A? All right, continue on.
I don't know.
I was talking shit. The Returned asks, any details on the 60 frames per second patch? Any other visual graphic updates expected? Cloud says 60 FPS TBD. Visual graphic updates checkmark. Hey,
60 FPS. That's gonna be good. Hope the devices can hold.
what are we playing these on MacBooks? Are we playing the Eve Echoes on freaking 4K TVs? Like what? Dude, I'm telling you right now, my Amazon Fire tablets, they are not running 60 FPS. I care less.
Oh yeah.
So crazy. I don't know, man. Maybe these gaming phones or something have, but it's got to look smoother.
Yeah, even in PvP, like when you have 1,000 players, no lag.
There's pros and cons. Pros and cons. You want 60 FPS, you'll get black screens. You want 30 FPS, you get decent performance. So,
Yeah.
whatever. Kua'a again asks, will there be any way of combining low tier assault hangar BPs for a higher tier? Like, for example, the 10 times Bio 1 BP, 1x Bio 2 BP, 10 times Bio 2 equals 1x Bio 3 BP, blah, 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 blah. This is just brain melting right here, right? Cloud says there will be significant industrial updates this year. However, it's too early to say whether or not this will be included.
Okay.
Again, there's kind of another hint as to some of the things that they're going to do in the future. Major gameplay update, including the addition of possibly regions, and then this industrial update.
Yeah, it's like the whole game is gonna be different, change entirely. Like
I thought the game is
I
dying.
can't know.
On Reddit, the game is dead.
Not
What are you talking about?
Oh yes, this is
What are you
this
talking
game
about,
was
cuz?
dead before it started. Yes.
Game is dead. All right, next question. Rebel asks, the logistics ships have been buffed many times this past year, but their capabilities or survivability still haven't seen a huge increase in players have hoped. Are there plans to increase the capabilities of these ships further? Cloud says yes. All right, again.
Just yes.
Yeah, that was it. Just yes.
Nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good.
Request to be a
Thank you.
moderator asks, are there any plans to give smaller corporations and or alliances a good shot for growing? We don't see many new communities now. Those we do see are mainly in LowSec. There are too few alliances in control, and I would love to see more alliances on the star map. So this is a repeat of the question. It's just that Cloud answered on this one. Helping small and medium-sized corps and alliances has always been our goal.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That doesn't look like it, you know. Like, yes.
Yeah, the IQ of the questions probably have declined drastically. Yeah. Some of them were repeats, and I think they tried to stay away from repeated answers as well. Some of them repeated to the same question more than once, but yeah. All right. And then, and here's an example of that. Landstot added to that. Regarding the issue of corporations monopolizing non-sovereign systems, we will investigate the root causes. If it is caused by scripts or bots, we will take strict action. If it is due to unreasonable rules, for instance, the risk-reward ratio is disproportionate or the balance between offense and defense is off, we will modify the rules. However, if it is simply the result of player politics and emergent gameplay, we may not make any changes. Interesting. All right.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. Like, if players have too many supers and the game is not balanced, so is it a problem? You know,
I don't know.
because it's the players
Too many low effort
and
alliances out
politics.
there. Join in bigger ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Why don't they want to be small and just get pushed around and, you know, kicked around like shit? Like, that's so weird. Like, why the small alliances they give up? I don't understand.
Yeah. Hey, NetEase, can you nerf strong alliances so we can play nullsec nonsense? It's such a crybaby daycare shit. That I can't believe dudes is asking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
Oh,
that, and then it's like, well, AOA is huge too. So
yes. That it's a bit huge, but the NPCs will, you know,
yeah,
destroy them.
I'm
That's
optimistic to
how I
see what the
feel.
NPCs, what kind of damage that they can do. Sure.
Odd, like in the first week, the NPCs will just destroy half of the galaxy. I think, like,
Oh man,
then
wouldn't that be crazy? Just
then the
NPCs
real
just
players are
ravaging
left.
nullsec.
Yeah,
Defend
it's going to be
yourselves.
like in Mad Max movies after
Everybody's in.
that.
Yeah, everybody's in timers. So D Hawk Doch asks, any chances we get missile or drone focused bomber battleships? Cloud says, Cobra, this is a very fun battleship. See, that's one of those gangster moments right there.
Yes.
That motherfucker
Oh
played a
yeah.
game.
Like we have like 10 different Dominics in the game. Like fucking Dominic's Striker, Dominic's 2, Dominic's Covops, Dominic's, and more Dominics. And then we have some other ships what you can fit missiles inside and whatever. But yeah. What the hell? Cobra is nice, yeah. That ship I haven't tried yet. But yeah, it's good combination. Bit hard to skill into because you need drones and missiles. Normal ship needs only one. Well, cannons. That's good. But yeah.
All right, next question.
Oh man.
Rebel asks, the cost of certain key PvP battleships is inconsistent. The Nightmare and the Nestor are equals on paper, but the Nestor costs nearly 20 billion and the Nightmare is now manufacturable under 3 billion. Is there a plan to make the price of ships more uniform to their classes? Cloud says no. It will not drastically reduce the manufacturing cost of ships in short term, as this would lead to a significant devaluation of assets throughout the universe.
Oh yes, that's right. But yeah, the Nestor is a bit expensive, but you know,
they have to flood the market with the debris.
Yeah,
It's the debris that makes it
like
expensive, and the ability
new
to obtain them.
battleship the same thing, kinda. Maybe cheaper version or something. Armor Logi or whatever.
All right. Next one. Deka asks, make PvP great again. More solo, more fleets, more players. What are you doing to drive new players
Yes,
and retention? Lansdot says, it's great to see
nothing.
old friends still chatting with us. Personally, I feel the most important things are acquiring new players and keeping player interactions active, as these interactions are most lasting content in EVE. However, instinctively, it doesn't feel right for developers to force players into cooperation or competition.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of just
Well,
one of those things where, yeah, you could play the game how you want to play. We're not going to force you to PvP, but you still have to agree to PvP in order to play the game, like when you're creating a character.
yeah, that's NetEase politics. Like I've played a few NetEase games, and they are always kinda. We cannot force people to play PvP, and you need to consent to PvP, and like if you enter this area, then you're like you know that it's a PvP area, and it's not gonna be like you get butt hurt if you die there. So that's a
Mm-hmm.
that's a NetEase thing, kinda the company.
Yeah, it's be willing to fight at least. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you can like there's the what's it called like in Marvel Rivals, which is the NetEase game which is doing the best right now.
It
So
is.
it's
I
a
thought that game was
PvP
dead.
game. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Super
Is it
Mecha
dead?
Champions is dead. That was
I
PvP.
saw one friend play it. Oh, but yeah, that's why I said to Cloud, like now Marvel Rivals could do collaboration with Eve Echoes, so we get the Captain America Nanocore for Titans and Hulk Smash and all sorts of things. And then Cloud was like, hell yeah, let's do that, and was talking about some holograms or something. Holograms coming later. I guess it's the holograms we got now.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Continuing on. Kua'a asks once again.
Again,
Yeah, again.
how the hell?
Yeah, they might
Is
have
it
like
there like no other people in there?
apparently
Like only
they
three
really cherry
people
pick
in the
these for
audience?
sure. Can we have hanger boxes to
Hmm.
organize and clean up our hangars? It's so messy now. Will de-scanning come soon? Holland says, I completely understand. My own hangar is a mess too. I've also wanted a feature
Mm-hmm.
similar to Windows folders to help categorize items. However, during the design and development phase, we've discovered that implementing this is quite complex for our current inventory system, particularly due to complications with item ownership permissions, trade restrictions, nanocores, and so on. As an interim solution, I introduced the rentable personal hangar, which provides 4 fixed folders to help manage your assets. Regarding directional scanning, DScan, we currently have no concrete plans for its development. It will not be released as a standalone feature. If we do introduce it in the future, it will likely be rolled out alongside new ships specifically designed to utilize this equipment. Is DScan a what's
I
the word
can
I'm looking?
explain. It's
D is
in
it
Eve
like public
Online.
knowledge? Like, does a lot of people know about descanning in Eve?
It depends if you use DScan a lot in wormhole space, because in wormhole space you don't see local, and every ship can do DScan, and you can see if there's any ships in the system without having a scanner. So you cannot warp to that target, but you can constantly use the DScan to know your surroundings in that system, that you can see like what kind of ships or whatever is in there. But yeah, That's the D scan. You can
So
use it. It
what's
would
the
be
benefit
very
of it?
useful in Cobalt. You can like it's the benefit if you're in Cobalt. You cannot see local. Then you use D-scan, and then suddenly your D-scan shows that there's something in the system. Then you know that there's another ship in the system, and then you will dock or run or whatever, or prepare to fight or
Oh, so as a
try to find
defensive
it.
perspective, I was thinking offensive perspective.
Yes.
So
No, it's
offensive
only for
perspective.
defense.
Okay, so offensive perspective is they would use the red scanner to scan down other
Yeah,
players. As a defensive
but you
perspective,
can also,
you can
yeah,
just
like you
scan
can
every
scan
so
it.
often and see if there's somebody that is next to you or something, right?
Yeah, it's
Trying to,
yeah. If
huh?
you're like in an empty system, then you scan it all the time with D-scan to see if hostiles are there. Or if you
Hmm.
like you warp in nullsec, then you see local count, but you use D-scan to know if there's a gate camp. For example, if that gate, the direction of the gate, you do D-scan and you see lots of blimps, then you're like, okay, all the players are at the gate probably. So don't warp there.
And
You're
that's another
dead.
thing too. Is the D scan system wide or is it directional? Because I was under the impression it was
System
directional.
wide.
Okay.
It's like a sonar basically. It gives like a sonar ping, and then you can see in your like the direction what it shows that direction there's something there,
Hmm.
but you don't know exactly like where it is. But you can guess like if it's a planet or asteroid belt or something, then probably that's the source. But yeah, it's like every ship has a D-scan, so no need to have the red or blue what we have.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, and I suppose that
Or
helps the no local population.
yeah, that's only for no local or just check out the gate camp. Is there
Hmm.
something ahead type of
Will
things?
the
But
D
yeah,
scan pick up cloaked persons?
no, that's
Interesting.
cloaked is like
So if
no
somebody's in a
nothing.
wormhole, like how we have wormholes right now, somebody could go into the wormhole and cloak. Well, at least I thought you could.
Yep.
I think you could cloak in
Yeah,
wormholes. It
then
may
you
not
don't.
allow. Damn, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. But regardless, somebody could
In
be sitting on the
Evolon you
gate,
can.
cloaked or whatever, waiting to gank you, right? Well, you could
Oh
hit D
yes.
scan, and if they're cloaked, they won't pull up on the D scan.
No.
Hmm.
Only like visible ships, but cloaked ships don't
Then
show
what's the
up in
point of
this scan.
having D scan? Because we have co-op ships that use, co-op cloaks and all this stuff. And granted, the timing, if somebody jumps into a Cobalt Edge system, wait 5 seconds, they hit their cloak. That's dependent on the person who's hitting the D scan. Like they have to hit D scan like once a second or something in order to catch that person.
But
Doing it once
for
a minute,
this,
they're not going to catch it.
they usually have the cloak delay, targeting delay from the cloak. So you don't use the cloak when you're warping to that target. So you're like ready to attack it straight away when you land. Because like only ships that we have that have instant lock abilities, the Astero and the bombers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's every other ship they have a delay to the locking after cloak. So the target can escape easily, like when you
Mm.
land, because you cannot lock it.
Unless they get bumped.
Yes, you can bump them also.
Mm. See? All right.
But sometimes like
Yeah.
I remember when I was in Eve Online wormhole space mining gas with Venture, and I directional scan all the time. Like if someone is coming here, like if I see a blimp, then I need to run. That was the idea.
All right. Let's continue on. Asil asks, any plans to nerf Bombard? Cloud says TBD, we will first increase the
Ooh.
defensive measures. Yeah. Nerfing Bombard.
They
Only
already
imagine.
made the bodyguard dreads and the hail guns or whatever, anti-fighter guns. Like soon
Right.
there's no drones to use anymore. Like you have bombard but no drones or fighters flying.
Kay
Is it
asks,
that enough?
no, it's never enough. Kay
No.
asks, why are bodyguard dreads so limited on cores? Why don't you allow cores from the base dread to work? Water Knight said, this year. That's it. That's it.
Not this year.
More
Nothing else. This
bodyguard
year.
dreads. Yeah, just here. Rebel asks, capital ship mobility feels unfair. MWD trick and double eye stab caps can warp out of anomalies well before the tackle ships loads the grid and can scan the system.
Oh yes.
With the change from tactical modules to tactical modes to tactical modules, capitals also become less reliant on these modes, with more advanced capitals like assault carriers and super carriers omitting them in favor of having these stats built it. These changes have allowed botting and scripting to be much easier with capitals. Will there be any nerfs to slow down capitals and force them to commit more time undocked when taking on PvE and PvP activities, maybe increasing the cycle time of the capital MWD or adding significant penalties to multiple inertial stabilizers on capitals, maybe even requiring all capital ships to run some type of active tactical mod to be able to be effective at combat, increasing the tactical module cycle time. Oh, geez, that was a lot. Cloud says it's hard to say its mobility is indeed very high, but it's difficult to significantly reduce it directly. So I have seen kill mails with Rorks with like 4+ aura warp core stabilizers on it. Guess what? It still died. Like this is a skill issue. Now, this question gets answered a little bit later on too. It's by Cloud, I believe, and he said that it's not going to matter the MW trick anyway because all they have to do is pre-align. So if they're pre-aligned and they see you jumping local, guess what? They're warping basically instantly because they're already up to speed. Now, you could slap prime timers on their modules all you want, but most of the time, by the time that you scan them down, all that stuff, or they deactivate it, especially if they've seen you in nearby systems, they've had that deactivated, so they're already cooking their crime timer by the time you enter the system anyway. That's like,
what kind of crime it is to mine rocks?
Not shop foreman. Mining foreman has a crime timer, which is funny because I think they admitted that it's not supposed to have a crime timer. Yeah, they said that was a bug and it's never been fixed.
It's a crime.
Yeah.
To mine. Oh man.
So anyway, yeah, the MWD trick, in case nobody knows, it's say I'm ratting in a system or mining and somebody comes into local, I'm like, okay, I need to get out of here quick. And what you would do is you'd hit your station, hit enter, and then you would activate your MWD and then deactivate it. In the time that it takes for it to activate or is activated, your speed comes up. And then once it deactivates, your speed is already where it needs to be in order for you to initiate warp. And so then you go. You don't even have to. It makes aligning irrelevant. I mean, the ships are basically warping almost backwards on some of the slower ones.
Yeah.
Some of them are sideways, like the Visago, will be sideways or most of the way by the time it actually initiates warp. But it works for every ship, not just capitals.
I use it every day, every time.
But it does help with capitals. It works for every ship, but
Yeah, big
it's
ships
especially nice
benefit
with
for it.
the bigger the ship, the better it is. Yeah. So anyway, that's what they're trying to nerf.
Yeah, you
That's what
can
they
warp
want to get rid of.
super with MVD one cycle.
Once
then
you fix the bug, people are just going to pre-align anyway. Like they haven't been doing that before the trick was widely popular. The trick was only
Players
popular
evolve.
after capitals came out. Otherwise, what people do before, they pre-aligned to either the next anomaly, the next belt, or the station, or the gate, or whatever. So, yeah, from a standstill, the MWD trick. Okay, so MWD trick only works when your speed is at 0.
Oh yes, that's right. Or the speed will go up.
I don't know.
Then you're fucked.
I would say it would work if it's not to the point where you're actually warping. I think it works because you can hit station to dock, and you start like you're going 1, 2, 3 meters per second. By the time you end up clicking the MWD and then clicking it off again, it couldn't be. It has to be low. I get it. Low speeds.
Capitals don't accelerate so fast. So it's like in 10 minutes you're like, oh, okay, 100 meters per second. Very nice. Like, yeah. So I don't know.
All right.
Like if for frigates it doesn't work or small ships.
No, because they're already fast. The bigger the ship, the better it is.
Yeah.
All right. Jane asks, one of the major problems in this game since years has been bots. They're injecting too much ISK into the economy, and it comes with other issues like RMT, which they have here KFC. I don't know if that's Kentucky Fried Chicken or what they're considering KFC. I don't know. Despite your efforts to fight them over the years, they are still operating. Is there any plans to stop them? Lance says, we have been trying various technical solutions, but it has always been a constant cat and mouse game. We cannot completely eliminate them. The root of the problem is that our game is on a mobile platform with high trading freedom and low taxes, which consistently leaves room for bots to profit. To solve the bot issue at its source, I believe we must start by changing the underlying mechanics of currency and item circulation. For example, changing low difficulty PvE rewards to a bound system or raising the threshold for free trade. KFC is the RMT app.
Okay.
There's an app for it? Is that G2G.com like type stuff? I didn't know there was an app for it.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Soon we get banned, advertising KFC app.
What's funny is they had KFC on one of their images recently. You notice that? On their was it their AMA when they announced it? They posted a photo. Here, let me.
Of course, the devs are selling stuff in the RMT, and then they try to fight it. That's how it works.
I need to go to here, and then
Conspiracy at maximum.
All right, Discord announcements. Is it Discord announcements? Regular announcements. Developer. Right here. See this?
Oh, yeah.
Look.
Now you got a clue.
What the shit is that supposed to be?
I feel like this is Scooby-Doo. God damn it. That's the shit. That's the one.
It literally has KFC
game
on. Is this their app that they're talking about?
Yes. That is it. God damn, how did you remember that?
Well, I remember because I was looking. I'm like, what does that have anything to do with Eve Echoes?
Yeah,
because they got burgers and freaking fries and chicken nuggies in there, some drinks, all this stuff. Then you got this girl, and then KFC just in the middle of nowhere out there. Like what?
Yeah. Now I understand. Like something's connecting. That's
unbelievable.
see if our audience can find more clues.
Jeez.
But Rambo, that was good catch. That KFC picture, and now it makes sense. Now I know.
And now I screwed up my. Oh, there we go. I got you back now on the photo or on the live stream. But yeah, I just had
It's okay.
to
My
proud. I had to think about that one for a second, and then now they tell me it's nap. I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. Very
Yeah.
AFC.
Ding, ding, ding.
Jesus. Next question. Pluton asks, any chance to add ship types to existing nanocores like all the new ships to Starbreaker? Water Knight says, we have some initial ideas which may be implemented in a future update. Okay. Fubar says, you guys killed Final Blow, which was a huge perk and desire for the players. Can we bring back or release your own soon? Lansdot says, I fully understand the sense of pride and motivation that this tool brings. Cloud is currently responding to this question, which could be the final one for this AMA session. Cloud says, the website used a plugin prohibited by the EULA to illegally query kill mills. We have fixed the vulnerability. This year, we plan to add some query functions such as KM and system sovereignty. Once the functions are complete, we will announce how to apply for query permissions. So, there you go. Maybe.
Yeah, they
we'll
were
get a kill
talking
board.
about improving experience for the players, and it's important. And like then they kill Final Blow, like in the same sentence, like very shame, like a lot of work, and it doesn't work anymore. So shit.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see what they cook up and make, and
Yeah, if it even
I
works.
have my doubts about their promises, but
I'll
I'm not
probably
in
have
a
to
hurry.
provide my
Let's
social
see.
security number in order to apply for it. Yeah. All right, next question. Do you have plans to implement new mining ships such as the Super Rorqual or Covetor 3? Lansdot says, to be honest, our art team is currently working on recreating the models and special effects. However, we haven't finalized the specific designs regarding their gameplay experience, acquisition methods, or stats.
Covetor 3.
It is kind of
Alright.
weird at this point in the game. We don't have a super mining ship at this point. Maybe, is it weird? I don't know.
Yeah.
The game moves
Yeah,
really
or
fast.
just have can you add like mining lasers on it?
I need a Rourke squared.
Have
Mining is not fast enough. I need a Rourke squared.
versatile, yeah, like your Vax can launch retriever squadrons or venture
Jeez.
squadrons. That's
What?
cool.
What are we talking about? Retriever squadron? Retriever light fighters hitting rocks? Are you serious right now?
Yeah. Yeah, and then AI car.
On top
And
of
then
AI.
like AI mining with a fleet.
Hey,
at
I got
one,
my
you know.
I got my
That's
lightweight
it.
AI orcas mining for me. I must be an
Yeah.
OG in the game. Been playing 6 years and this is what we've come to. That's funny.
Yeah, like why have many accounts? You can have a VAC with retriever
Sure.
squadrons. That's it.
That is funny right there. Retriever squadron. I got some retriever light fighters for my super my Rourke
Yeah.
vac. My Rourke fleet issue. Or navy, whatever you want to call it. But all right. Next one. Devil Boss again. Is there any plan to fix insurance prices on Concord ships? At the moment, their insurance price is way more than what we can buy them for. IMO insurance price shall be based on, so in my opinion, insurance price should be based on market price, not price to make it. Cloud says both. We will continue to update the insurance features this year, just like last year. I think we talked about it last time. Last year, or not last year, but last episode was insurance 6.0 or 7.0 at this point, because they redo it every year.
But hey, that's good. But yeah, I always loved that the Concorde ships, they have the special skill, like 50% reduced IP cost for insurance. And then you go look, and then your fucking enforcer is like 14 billion still after 50% discount. Like what? Then the whole ship is like.
But you haven't died within 30 days, and so you get more of a discount.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, discount from crazy numbers.
Yeah. So it's actually, if you PvP'd more and lost more, you're actually hindered in that aspect where it cost more to IP. Wouldn't you think it'd be like the other way around?
Yes. Oh man. But I don't know. They're kind of like a trainership, but still very good. Very expensive.
Again, you could understand they cater to certain aspects, right? They try to balance it out. Let's see, what did Bradrick say here? Don't joke, that's how the Marzio was created. Marshall Price is dumb. All right. Sulfuro Rojo asks, do they have any plans to combat bots within the game? Cloud says, we've been cracking down on this, so you'll occasionally see people on the general chat complaining about their banned accounts. But low-level accounts are too easy to register. So this year we'll be fixing several gameplay loopholes that are easily exploited by low-level bots. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think they should make like events for players to go hunt bots and get rewards. That would be good.
Interesting.
Make the players hunt the bots. That would be good. Like we had like some people doing it and trying to recruit people, but not in like big scale.
Yeah, if you were to allow, so here's another thing in EO, and I experienced this, was I was traveling through HiSec, and there was a HiSec gate camp from Concord.
Oh yeah,
that killed me. I'm like, what is this?
Concord.
So
did you have illegal goods?
You have all these Mauler bots in HiSec doing whatever the shit that they're doing. If you just put the couple gate cants in there, I mean, Mauler bots will eventually go away. Are they going to turn into interceptor bots? No, they're low effort. Low effort equals Mauler bot.
Like, because in if echoes, you cannot target lock players in HiSec.
Then I suppose no, the Mauler bots, they'll just stay in a single system because their script allows them to do like encounters or something like that, or more ISK in HiSec. Whereas instead of just doing that, they'll take a quarter of the income and just stay in a single system, whatever system that may be.
Yeah, that's the Mauler bots. It's a mystery. What we need to discover someday. Like, what are they? Why there's so many of them?
Remember, it was probably a couple years ago or so. There was a number I threw out there, and I think Taylor thought I was crazy for saying it, but ultimately, after thinking about it, it's not that crazy. There is approximately 90 characters being made per minute in this game. 90 new characters per minute. So at the time, for how bad the botting was, does that seem like it could relatively make sense, or is that still like an absurd number? Not believable.
Actually, if you think like this game is a business and the investors are the ones who bring money, you show the investors like, this is how many new players we have, this is how many active accounts we have, and like showing that the game is going good and alive. But you never know, like if the developers are the ones who have making it like this, so it looks active, more active than it is, basically. But yeah, that's like what I was thinking at some point. But I will get banned for this. Like,
Yeah,
they
shut
listen
up.
to me. This
Shut
might
up.
be last time you hear UV. They kidnap me.
I heard EO
UV,
is
not too
allegedly
much.
fudging numbers as well. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know anything
Yeah,
about that.
everyone does that. Even Spotify, like you know.
Okay. So
You have
Devil
1 million
Boss.
views, but still they don't pay you.
So continuing on, Devil Boss brought up the question about the MWD trick again. Is there any way to plan? Is there any plan to
Oh yeah.
fix the MWD warp trick? Due to this single trick, nullsec hunting is not fun at all, and people keep using scripted bots. If this trick gets fixed, warp time would actually make some difference for bigger indie as well as carrier class ships. At the moment, even Rorke's orcas can warp so fast you can't really scan one down to catch it, despite being supposed to have longer warp times. This is also behavior with bots where they warp immediately as they see someone in local, making hunting so worthless, even with new needles. Or is there some particular reason this trick has not been fixed? I'm pretty sure Cloud said this. I didn't note it here, but he said this won't solve anything. They only need to approach the station. Updating the localist function and anti-cheat function would be more effective. So
Yeah, like
again, we
okay,
talked about the
I
MWD
understand.
trick before earlier, and this is what they think. And from the kill mails that you see of orcas and rorks and carriers and all this stuff, granted it's a small percentage, but I wonder how many are using the MWD trick in comparison to evade such instances. You see a lot of orcas and stuff go down, and it's like, what are these people doing? AFK mining? They get jumped on, needle. It doesn't happen that quick. They still get ganked somehow.
Yeah.
So it's not a
Like Bradrick
foolproof
said,
issue.
like
A skill issue.
yeah. Brad said the right thing. Like I also did a lot of PvP and like it feels like the only people you can catch are AFK or sleeping on the wheel,
Yeah.
and then like you kill them
It's very
and you're
prominent.
like wondering why
This
is
is
this guy sitting outside the citadel and not doing anything
is this like
with a
a
dreadnought
is
or
this like a
whatever.
corp ethics type of conversation now? It's like, well, you shouldn't be AFK anyway, so why are you deserve the loss? Compared to, well, why
Yeah,
didn't you
like
use the
if you're
MWD trick?
sleeping and you don't play.
Well, how come in some of these bots too, that you see all these APOCs go down, all this stuff? How come you don't see them having MWDs fit? Or do they?
Yeah.
Because they're getting trapped in other ways. They're getting
Yeah.
trapped based off of where they warp
Yeah.
compared to where they're at when a person comes into local.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just show up in local, put a bubble on the Citadel, and look, oh my God, just harvest all the bots. All day, every day, just harvest them all.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they have an MWD on or not. Actually, you get them quicker if they had the MWD on. Like, okay, sweet, my bubble's already up. I don't care.
Like usually we did, like we had the dictor with the red scan. It scans, like tries to warp, catch them at the belt, and then if it doesn't, it warps to Citadel and bubbles up if it can catch them when they land. So that's how we used to do it. But yeah, now Citadels have guns also, so it's a bit dangerous. Also, if someone is fast to go into Citadel
Sure.
guns.
All right, next question. Are there any plans to enhance exploration, spawn rates, and exploration sites? Cloud says yes. Level 6 sites will be added this year. So, sweet. More loot to get
Level
sniped.
6 exploration.
Agent asks, I'm asking again. Any plans on fixing ship weight classes? Because a battleship bumping a capital ship out of its trajectory doesn't make sense. Cloud says this is entirely in line with the principles of conservation of momentum and conservation of energy. What? Are we turning this into friggin' a science project all of a sudden?
Oh yes. Yeah, I always felt like EVE is more like a submarine simulator game than a space game, kinda. Because I don't know. Like,
I mean, if that's
yeah,
the case, how come we don't have exterior damage visible too? Like when we bump.
we did make a succubus with the Higgs anchor rigs, so it has more mass. And yeah, then it's a ramming ship with the voyage core. You activate the high-speed ramming succubus,
Mm-hmm.
and we try to bump a super with that succubus, but yeah,
Yeah.
it misses a lot. Medium
Holy crap.
afterburner is
This
not
is going to be a
accurate.
long episode. All right. Continuing on. We got, let's see how many more questions we have. Oh my God. We're going to be well over a 3-hour
It's 2
episode.
pages
Oh
more.
my gosh. I'm still
I
scrolling.
hope you
Okay.
have full day free.
Jesus.
I still have Jube juice left, so no
Okay,
boy,
we got to
no
start.
biggie.
Maybe we should just like pause there because damn, that's a lot of questions.
Continue on next episode. How does the audience feel?
They're probably asleep.
We still have 24 in the audience. Let's test how many are sleeping.
Well, it was over 50 at one point. But yeah, we started Q&A
Yeah.
here and but
Then no one cares about the Q&A and fuck that shit. Like
yeah.
keep playing.
I mean, I got stuff to do later today. I
Ignis
got
just keep going.
I was anticipating an over 2-hour show, but not like a 3 to 4 hour show. Damn. All right. Jibby, for real though, we
Hey, you're gonna do a record.
gotta fire through these Q&As, all right? So let's not try harping on a
Okay.
lot of them. Maybe some
I'll
of the bigger
try
ones.
to restrain myself.
Rhetorix asks, are there still plans to bring out unreleased ships like the Porpoise? Also, would it be possible for old ships like E-War frigates and Guardian destroyer cruisers, battle cruisers to get a rework? These fellows have been out of fashion for a long time, and even a normal ship can outperform them in terms of both fitting and actual fighting. Cloud says, we plan to decommission outdated ships and new ships. The total number of ships will decrease, but they will be more useful. All right.
Okay.
I
That's weird.
asks, all Fridays, the base anoms despawn. Why? Could you check that because it's bad for a lot of people? Null not have content with Inquisitors was funny. The Sancha XL and Rig for the faction ships are hard to reach even for PvPs. AI and drones have problems of lag. About next target could be great. No limit of spawn of caps, anoms, and system X week. Yeep, you have that. Cloud says, you can scan a new base immediately. Upcoming update. Old bases will become siege bases and no longer affect the spawning of other PvEs. When you found a base, you can destroy it. Otherwise, these bases will trigger siege fleets. All right. Yeah, rip stacking 30 plus anoms. Yeah, jeez. Let me just spawn the base and get 70 anoms. Yeah, that's fun. Pluton asks, any chance to add ship types to existing nanocores, like all ships to Starbreaker? Cloud says, maybe the Orca 2. What? We have an Orca 2? Yeah.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Maybe it's coming.
GutTX asks, GutTX asks, hello, is there anything the devs can do to control the huge inflation of the market? Lance says control ISK faucets and increase ISK sinks and attracting new players. So, yeah, there you go. You noticeably they've been adding ISK sinks, hence that latest core. They want you to hit the button for 50 million or whatever it is, right? So, on top of
increased tax on
manufacturing
everything.
things and all this, they want to get the ISK out. The AI thing kind of sent them through a loop. All right. Masker asks, during the dev diary, while it was hard to understand, I've cost Titans and ammo on the potential list. I'd like to ask if those are coming in the near future. Lance says, there is hope regarding Titans. Please refer to this message. And then he links another message. So again, Titans on the topic. N asks, do you plan to make a buff in lasers since they are falling behind from the other weapon? Cloud says several implants for the laser may be updated. So optimization, buffs or nerfs coming up for implants. We already know that. Red, blue, green. Riley asks, I don't know if it has been asked before, but it is about the T3 ship concept and idea that was shown on the Billy stream. Would the T3 ships be Imperial only, like the concept for Raven we saw, or would it be there for pirate ships too? As in, if there would be T3 pirate battleships / ships. And Cloud says both.
Ooh.
All right. Daddy Death again asks, can we get jump freighter cores in the Concord shop? What is happening with the Scholar shop? Will he make an ancient remains worthwhile? Is there a plan for new structures? Why can't our dread cores fit bodyguards? So he rambled on a bunch of questions there. Water Knight says, currently, only dreadnoughts and carriers are available for redemption. More ship types will be added in the future. We will be reducing the number of stores this year and adding a comprehensive store where some items require Arcanist points. As for the issues with bodyguard compatibility, we are planning to address them in an update this year. Pauline adds, we currently have no plans to list jump freighter cores. So it's like they say one thing and then they take it back, or somebody else says something different. Right? We currently have no plans to list jump freighter cores in the Concord Pass, though they'll return in the future events. Regarding the Scholar Shop and Ancient Remains, we acknowledge that the gameplay loop has lacked maintenance and isn't engaging enough. We plan to make it more convenient to exchange Ancient Remains for other rewards. As for Dreadnought cores, we are actively working on this. The previous incompatibility was due to the 3D models of standard capitals and guard type capitals being different, which meant the Nanocore skins could not be reused. All right. Oh, man. There's a lot. A lot of reading. A name I can't read asks, hi, EVE is a very realistic market system, but due to botting and so many players leaving the game, the demand and offer aren't really matching, especially for Plex, and we have a serious inflation crisis if there wasn't a limit on Plex price. We also have too much ISK in circulation. Lance says, the price of Plex is also much bigger than we expected. Without changing the currency structure, our only option is to control Plex prices by managing the production and consumption of ISK. There are also some purchase limit measures which are expected to reduce the volatility of Plex prices. Yep, we know about their ISK sinks. Joe Joseph asks, have you planned an API for PvP? But what about the industry player market API? Are there any plans to add purple or for Rourke to the Concord shop? Cloud says, please check the AMA this morning. He just refers him to another AMA session. He's not even answering. I think they got tired too. It's obvious. Annoyed Rycat asks, any possibility of hireable NPCs where one or two can join us in our journey, either killing NPCs or mining, similar to ship rental, where we can rent out our ships with fits and let them do as as what AI or NPC will do. Lansdot says it's possible, highly possible. However, this would likely appear in PvE scenarios.
So my ship can have a sidekick
Yeah,
ship with him,
sure.
and yeah,
You get
and
some.
then you get the vac or or something.
Yeah.
The drone.
Here's a Rourke. Fuck you. Go mine. NPC. And then what?
Mm.
When they die from PvP, what happens? Do you have to cover the cost, or do you just get a free ship out of it, or you strictly get benefits out of it, or are they a ghost? I don't know.
Yeah. Or it's just a hologram. It doesn't
Right?
do anything.
Yeah.
It just
Tricks
follows
on
you
you. It's a
around.
ghost. The hologram is shipping
Yeah.
here. Monk asks.
Always in the field of view.
Yeah. Monk asks, love the nanobank. Thank you for that. Can we have a similar feature for implant general units? Something like when a GU is removed from an implant, it goes into a library like nanos do. It would be nice to be able to save GU configuration also, like it is possible for ship fittings. Another nice quality of life change would be the ability to export corporation wallet transactions for a time period to clipboard. It would work. It would also be great to have the ability to create wallet divisions similar to how there are hangar divisions. Yeah, that might actually stop some thefts if you were to think about it, right? Cloud says this feature is much more complex, but we are currently in the early design phase. It's feasibly has not yet been determined. All right. Rebel asks, recently some supercarrier nanocores became available through ISK. Since the box that need to be reprocessed can be traded for ISK, will there be an expansion to this feature? More nanocores with this acquisition method and more core options for different ships. For example, Concord ship cores, capital ship cores, exclusive faction ship nanos. And that was it. Water Knight says, it's great to see so much interest in this new acquisition method. We can confirm that we're aiming for a steady release cadence to bring you brand new nanocore series in the future. Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't understand. What the hell? What kind of box you can buy with this can get nanos?
Mm-hmm. Orion ICAOA asks, I am interested to see an extension to the Omega Duo rewards path. Is there a plan to extend it, and what rewards could you expect from the extension? Cloud says the number of days will not be increased. Instead, a different points and store will be used. The Last Ripper asks, the CNDS content that has been spawned in the SOV falls short for super capital content. Will CTRs eventually be able to be spawned by SOV and or another new anomaly with greater difficulty for SOV owners? Cloud says there will be new PvEs such as NPC siege fleets. All right, super carrier pilots. There you go. E asks,
That's gonna be cobalt everywhere.
no, not in SOV. Maybe it's in SOV. I don't know if it's Cobalt only. Do you plan on further develop tools for corporations and alliances to make social and political aspects of the game even more significant? Cloud says several new features. Frederick Goldrick asks, can you normalize ship names? Oh my god, here we go. Apparently some ships don't follow the names conventions for their power level. Examples, Omen Cruiser, Omen 2, Omen Sniper, Omen Navy Issue, Omen Modified, Omen, Omen Trainer. Dominic's Battleship, Dominic's Navy Issue, Dominic's 2, Dominic's. Nemesis Stealth Bomber Frigate, Nemesis 3, Nemesis 2, Nemesis. And it's much worser on destroyers with the 1, 2, 3 Assault, Sniper, and custom names like the Endurer. Cheers. The Cloud says these old ships will be decommissioned. Please check the AMA this morning. Obviously, Cloud thinks that there's a reading skill issue. It's like, well, check out the other AMA. How come you're asking this again? I don't know. Maybe it's been answered
Yeah,
once
why do
before.
you answer that question if it's already answered?
Maybe.
Like,
I don't know. He felt the need to
choose
answer
other
it.
ones. Yeah.
Horse Ghost asks, I would like to know if the old map is going to be removed, even though the new one is clearly much better. It's somewhat ineffective for tacklers when warping onto a ship. I did the math, almost 9 seconds are lost waiting for all the windows to open. Is there a way to have a much faster button similar to the one on the old map? Lance says the new and old star maps will coexist for a period of time, but for the old map will receive less maintenance. For the example, some new features will only be available on the new map. We will fully migrate all functions from the old map to the new one before considering a complete shutdown to the old map. So again, that's with like scanning and using the old map. You click on the system and it'll bring up the scans, and so then you can warp to either the first one is generally always a person, I think. I don't know what the algorithm is, but anyway, it's relatively easy and quick compared to doing it on the new map. All right. Yeah, words are hard. The Great Owl asks, hi, will Mordu, SOE, and Blood Raider receive a T2 faction cruiser? These factions' current cruisers are a bit outdated and need a better variant. Cloud says, at the Great Owl AMA in the morning. Read, people, read.
Yeah, we need more Guardians, like better ones. There's a T8, which is the best cruiser Guardians or armor Guardians. But yeah.
XK Brilliane asks, now that HiSec is way too empty. What? Now that HiSec is way too empty, there are any plans to add player-built structures here to boost PvP? Do you have any plans to port the Colossus tonnage from the PC Serenity server to the mobile version? Since you mentioned wormholes in the latest Q&A, I'd like to ask you if you'll be adding wormhole-exclusive structures for Wormhole Space. Cloud replies, is that still HiSec?
Oh yeah, like what the hell? What is that place?
Like what? It's like scratches. Is this? Are we still talking about HiSec here?
Yeah, are we still talking about Eve Echoes or some other game? Destiny,
Way too empty.
I guess.
All right, next question. A name I can't pronounce asks, hi. Thanks you a lot for making it so the community can express. I will share you what most people complain and I want in this game. I would really appreciate that you sell again Frigate Core. On all the new event we got, there was only Nanocore for Cruiser and BS. It's really cost you nothing to make them. Or if you just could sell back the old Nanocore that we haven't seen in almost 2 years. This game is currently still a game because of PvP player. So could you please make an API for kill mails? It is so important for PvP player to be able to track down their stat. Fix the new star map. I think you already received a lot of messages of what was the issue with it. And Cloud says 1 in a few weeks and 2 and 3 refer to the AMA.
Okay.
Jeez.
Oh.
Savage. Jew Fox asks, suggestion, sandbox simulation area. Create a sandbox simulation area accessible while docked where players can test fittings and run dummy combat scenarios. In this sandbox, players will be able to freely use all ships, modules, rigs, nanocores, and implants usable only within this simulation zone. With detailed configuration options, players could also spawn and customize opponent dummy ships, including settings such as orbit range, speed, alignment, behavior, and more. Adding this would allow players to properly test their tactics and fittings in advance, significantly reducing frustration caused by fittings not performing as expected, especially when it comes to rigs. Additionally, it would give players a clear and vivid goal for building their dream ship, motivating them to stay engaged and play the game more passionately. Pauline replies to this and says, this sounds like a feasible plan, and I'll make a note similar to the test drive feature. However, we still need to evaluate the development workload and technical complexity involved. Speaking from experience, I anticipate that for the initial release, players would be able to customize their own fittings, but the opponents would likely be limited to a few preset enemy types. Yes, so they talked about this, and I think this is a pretty good idea. I like the fact that they would do this just for science and PvP and all that type of stuff.
I usually think like the ship is tested if it's tested in PvP. Like if it survives, then it works. And yeah, like nothing else is properly tested.
Okay, I got to be getting
It can
going
look
soon.
good in paper. Oh no.
Yeah.
Then you.
Dude, we have hella
Oh man,
questions
how
still.
many
Jesus.
pages we have this?
Oh, we still have a lot of questions. There's still a lot. Oh my gosh. Can we just skip this? I mean, in all honesty, can we just skip this? We've been going for over 3 hours.
Yeah. Okay. We
Oh my god.
we can Raven can do the rest when he comes back.
There you go. Yeah, that's for sure. I literally
Yeah.
can't read anymore.
Yeah, let's
Well,
piss off Raven.
here we go. Now I'm getting the hate mail. The hate mail, I mean. Text messages from the wife. Like, hey, we need to be going soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no. Then it's time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just a lot of questions, man. There had to have been. It took me a long time just to gather them all, to do all the scrolling and the copy and the pasting and all that. It still took a long time to gather all this.
Yeah. I
Dude.
even only managed to read the first page before the show, and this like a lot of good questions, but still a lot of repeating.
Yeah.
And same. Episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. Well,
Maybe we do episode 2 after this, like next week or when time is right.
I mean, this website's not going away, so it's all here. I don't have to like redo it at all. You know, it just stays in its format.
Yeah.
And so like we could always refer back to it as well. That's kind of the new cool thing about this is it's always going to be here. And so like even then I could scroll down to what I talked about last week, you know, about the dev Q&A then and the codes. See, look, there's all the codes still there, patch notes, like it's still all on this website. So I could refer back to it any time, but I am severely hoarse. I'd run out of water, so like I am done talking and it's been 3 hours. And there's still
episode 2.
And there's still a lot of questions to talk about too. So I want to end it right there.
Yeah, just roll in the black screen with the to be continued next week.
To be continued.
Stay tuned.
For those, so let's close it out there. For those of you that stuck around for this long, I appreciate you. I am glad
for all the champions
that you're a champion and stuck with us to listen to me read all these, but I thank you. Those of you on YouTube that watched, thank you as well. Those listening on podcast platforms, thank you as well. And Juby, thank you for showing up today and talking with me about this stuff. And the audience from earlier that may have left now, but I also do thank them for joining us at the time. And of course, we'll be here. And we got more questions and stuff to go over, but I got some things to do, and we got some places to go and all that stuff. So like I got to get going here soon. So by the time I upload this to podcast platforms and YouTube and all this stuff, like I'm going to be having to head out the door. And so we're going to cut it off there, simply just due to a time aspect. But again, I appreciate you. Peak is recruiting. Can't forget that. HTP is better, so I'll recruit for them.
It's a good tip for everyone that happy wife it's a happy life, then that's a good time to start going and
Yep,
buy them flowers
for sure. Yeah.
if you can.
So, until the next time, we will catch you next week. Possibly do some more of these Q&A. Whatever happens during this week in game, maybe
In
if it,
episode 2.
maybe it'll be eventful, maybe it won't be. I don't know, but whatever this next week holds, regardless, take a shot. Fly safe out there. GB, say your goodbyes, and I'll start the outro.
Yeah. See you guys later next week, episode 2. I'm trying trying to get back, but yeah. See you next week.
All right then. 07.